I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
bones on your bed are turning my flaws into children of chalk.
Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, so we get in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh, family, I know you saw the thumbnail. I know you saw the title. We got to talk about these greens and this garbage. Oh, yes, we are going to clown both Democrats and Republicans over here tonight. And we're going to teach some lessons in the process of doing it. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. And I hope everybody is doing very well. I hope your families are well, because I know there's been a lot going on in the news cycle. And one of the main things, unless you've been hiding on a rock somewhere, everybody knows that it's winding down. Oh, we are days away from finding out what the results of the 2024 election is going to be. And if it goes exactly the way I'm expecting it will, because I'm one of the few people that's saying, nah, it's over for Kamami. They can't run the same 2020 scam that they did. Oh, you shield builders are going to hate me, boy, because I'm going to make, I got a list. I got a list of them. I'm going to clown the hell out of them. All of them going to be crashing out. Crime Man, Van Jones. Oh, man, I'm going to catch their tears. See, I only have one request from you shield builders, okay? Before you cry, all right, because they're going to be crying. It's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Before you cry, pause and let me get my microscopic thimble so I can catch these tears, okay? I need to catch and preserve these because they're going to be exquisitely hilarious and delicious, okay? It's going to be the stuff of legend. I'm telling you, family. I thought I was bad before. You just wait. And see, let me tell you something. Speaking of clowning, okay? Yes, there will be a sponsor tonight, but we're going to do it a bit different. We're not going to do it at the beginning of the broadcast, because if you already are a member of my Patreon over there in Black Ocean Zone Tier 2, Zone 2 tier, because I'm laughing already thinking about what I got to show y'all. Oh, man, y'all already know what it is. Y'all done seen it. I'm going to show it to everybody over here tonight, okay? Trust me, if you have not laughed all day, we get to the sponsor, and I will give you a disclaimer, because this one, I think I've outdone myself with this one, okay? I have, okay? So just know when we get to that portion of the broadcast, you are going to roll out your chair laughing. I'm going to warn you to put food and drinks down, because it's going to be somewhat hilarious, okay? It's going to be a lot hilarious, all right? So with that said, and salute to the good brother Black Truth United for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. People are already showing love. Let me scroll up and greet my esteemed guests. Hold on, let me see who I see. I see the good brother Seven Skills in the building, all the way up. I see Black Truth United, of course. What's going on? The sister Melanated Tez in the house. I see Tanisha Murdoch in here. The good brother Tony is joining us. Let's see. I see the brother Dad Miller TV in here. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Most hated bronze flat power guy. Okay, what's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome. The fabulous legs of the good sister V Mosby is in here. What's going on, sister? My good brother Daryl L. Subtle is in here. Derek Parker, I see you. Kevin Blackwell is in here. The brilliant librarian Patricia Jenkins is in here. Good brother Michael Williams is joining us. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Salute and welcome to you all and everyone that'll be joining us in attendance. That's all I see so far. So, family, we're going to go ahead and get started here tonight. And, let me give my other disclaimer. If you are a person, because the shield builders, you already know you and the Republicans are going to get that work tonight. But if you are also a person that worships celebrities and idolizes these people, I mean, you think that, they walk on clouds of sunshine and they can do no wrong, well, you're going to be mad tonight. This is not the broadcast for you, because I'm going to tell you something. I don't have a problem with the celebrities and the athletes and entertainers when they stay in their lane and do what they're supposed to do. But when they call themselves emulating Barack Obama, as I like to call him, Barack Obama, and start wagging their fingers at us, okay, now you've stepped over here and you've made it my business to correct you very sternly, because, I'm one of the members of New Black Media that when I have to put my foot down on something, not sugarcoat nothing. I'm not trying to coddle people. I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm not giving a damn about what curse words is used, what's not. I'm gonna say the shit the way the fucking need to be said. Okay, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Because see, let me tell you why I'm like that. As a man, okay, of my lineage, foundational Black American freedman, when it's time to correct something, all right, we don't need to be half-assed with it. We don't need to be wishy-washy, sugarcoating, trying to look at both sides of certain things. No, a man steps out front and says, no further do you pass. That's the end of the road, okay? I mean, look, let me tell you something. What I just said is going to be a critical component for the men, all of our people, but especially the men, if we want to take the power we're supposed to have and maintain it, okay? You can't be afraid to call things out, worrying about what people going to say or how this is going to sound. No. There's a time and a place for that. And I mostly reserve that for people within our community that, you know, hey, everybody make mistakes. Something minor, you know, as long as you didn't really, you know, go out your way to do the community some egregious harm. Okay, that's when you keep the kid gloves on. When there's people amongst us, especially them folks outside the community that are speaking to us and being disrespectful or they're a detriment to the community, nah, man, the kid gloves are supposed to come off, okay? See, I'm going to tell you something. As a Gen Xer, I come from the era before all this politically correct, soft mouth bullshit, okay? I mean, the world to me was a much better place as far as like where masculinity was and everything. I'm not saying it was perfect, but if you're a Gen Xer, you understand what I'm talking about just in the difference with the way network television works today, okay? For an example, y'all know what I mean about that. See, a lot of younger people, man, for example, real quick, yes, we know that entertainment has its place and it can be detrimental when oversampled. But if you're a younger person, listen to this broadcast. When I say young, I'm talking Gen Z, millennials, okay? Some of the millennials, okay? Some. If you don't remember the show In Living Color, look that up, okay? Now, if you watch just one episode of that, from front to back, you'll be like, wow, they don't say any of this stuff on TV no more. Because everybody's so goddamn sensitive, okay? That's a part of what has ruined this country. But boy, that's a whole nother broadcast for another day. So I'm just making the point that, you know, hey, I don't really have an axe to grind against celebrities when they're in their place. But when they jump out here and start being shields for either party, okay, yeah, now it's time to go ahead and say what need to be said from a grassroots perspective, okay? So I hope that I'm unequivocally clear on everything that I'm saying. And let me ask you this. Can everybody hear me okay? Give me a black fist in the chat room if you can hear me loud and clear, okay? Let me know. Okay? I want to make sure that everybody can hear what I'm about to say here, because let me tell you, this is probably going to be the only place that you hear everything that I'm talking about addressed this way. Because, again, no disrespect to anybody else, okay? Everybody runs their platform how they see fit. But in my opinion, there's just certain topics that when we address them, especially as men, it needs to be handled a specific way. Now, I'm not telling anybody that you got to use foul language. I'm not even saying that you particularly got to have anything personal against the person. The only thing that I would ask is when certain topics are addressed in our community to anybody on the microphone, just make sure that you are addressing it in a way, whichever you choose, that sets an example for younger black men on how to handle things, because one day they're going to be in a leadership and protective position in our community. So that's all I have to say and that goes to anybody on these microphones, okay? People go do what they want, but that's all I ask that people think about. Because, I mean, when you look at the example of Barack Obama, as I like to call him, president of the United States, yet one of the weakest presidents ever, because you compare him to his white counterparts, they get in there and take care of business for their people. He got up there with his little tether ass. Oh, you know, I can't do this, I can't do that. Having beer summits with anti-black racists because, you know, he sees them folks as his family. That's a pathetic example to hold up to a black child, especially a young black boy, and say, hey, this is somebody to be proud of. What the fuck is there to be proud of? How you going to be in the office, the highest and most powerful office in the land, and you can't do nothing? So the question you will have to ask is, well, who was really pulling your strings? Now, those of us in these spaces, we're intelligent enough to know. I'm going to digress on that for now because we're going to come back to that in a number of different ways here tonight. So first and foremost, we got to talk about one of these goofy rappers, and I'm going to make some people cry. Oh, boy, I know I am, because he happened to jump out here and run his mouth about, what Black America should do with our vote. Now, we all know it's called voting rights. You have a right to vote for whichever candidate you want to. You can write your name in on the ballot, or you can exercise the third option that a lot of the shillbillies on either side, Republican and Democrat, seem to not be aware of. You can actually choose your couch. Yes, you can vote for your couch. Okay, now, when you talk about voting for a couch, you've heard shillbillies, especially on the political left. Well, if you don't vote for XYZ Democrat candidate, that's a vote for the other side. Brain dead moron. If you don't vote, that vote goes to no one. The only way that would be possible is for someone to commit voter fraud, okay? That's the only way that would be possible. And I'm not saying that the Democrats or the Republicans won't do it. I'm not going to say that, okay? But what I'm saying is, just for the principle of itself, and this should go without saying, but you have to say things like this to those types of idiots, okay? Because the worst thing in the world with an idiot that you can do is coddle them and allow them to actually think they have some semblance of intelligence. Sometimes you need to just go ahead and hit them in the face with the truth, whether they like it or not. That's what we do over here on this microphone. So now, with that being said, we're going to get into who this rapper was, and we're going to play some things, and I'm going to stop it where need be. We're going to make sure that he and the rest of his entertainer peers there have a thorough understanding about where the Black grassroots and foundation of Black America stands on our vote and what we choose to do with it. Let's get started.
Listen, all y'all black guys, y'all black women, all y'all people all y'all preachers, there's so many preachers. It's like, yo, when y'all vote for Trump, and if that man win, I remember every last single person that I have come in contact with that said they vote for Trump.
Let me pause it right here. That is in case you don't know who that is, this is the rapper Lil Scrappy. And hey, moderators, check your fire there. Check your fire. I just saw the chat room. Somebody either got their comment deleted or somebody, you know what I'm saying, got timed out. Please be very careful with doing that. You save your timeouts for like people that's trolling or something like that. Because, I see a regular over here. That sister don't troll nobody. Salute to the good sister 225 girl. And look, let me say something about that too. It's not really a big problem over here, but if you're gonna be moderating, try not to have your phone in your pocket, okay? You know what I'm saying? I get some of that happens is by mistake, but you don't want people being blocked that hadn't done anything, because there was a brother that was saying that he was blocked, and I went and checked, and I guess somebody did block him. So check your fire, all right? And the only way that, only real thing I have, and let me just give a small reminder for the new people. Don't type in all caps and whole sentences over here. I reserve that for pointing out things to my audience with an article or particular point I want to make. Other than that, don't really have an issue unless you disrespecting the moderators. Come over here with the gender banging on either side, the men or the women. We don't tolerate any of that. It's zero tolerance for it over here on either side, okay? As long as you ain't doing none of that, hey, we good to go, all right? And two, last but not least, I don't mention this enough. Much respect to everybody else, but one of the things that we need to discuss, and this would be the perfect time to do it before I get back on a little scrappy here, I need to discuss this, right? And this is very important. I know a lot of you brothers and sisters in here mean well. I'm not saying most of the people in my chat, most of y'all get this, but from time to time, you'll have people that'll come in any content creators chat room and start talking about other content creators going live, where you going. Let me tell you something, that's very disrespectful to other content creators. You should never do it, okay? I mean, have some type of decorum and look at where you at. If you over here, my chat room or any of the other people's chat room, you're supposed to be there to hear what they're talking about, okay? And the other thing I want to add, because see, a lot of people that aren't content creators, y'all don't understand the etiquette between different content creators. I'm going to give you an example, right? I'm going to use somebody, my good brother, Dewan B. if I'm in Brother Dewan B's chat room, okay, and something happened on somebody else's channel, whatever, I'm not going to bring that up in his chat room. That's rude. He's over there hosting his live. I'm not going to come in there and derail his chat room. Some of y'all got to exercise a little bit of manners and common sense with that. Now, I know y'all don't mean well for the people that do that, but there was a brother asking me about something. I'm like, hey, man, I got an email over here you can hit. I'm on X. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Patreon. Whatever your issue is, you bring it to the content creator directly. You don't see another content creator in somebody else's chat room and bring up an issue about something on their platform, okay? It should go without saying, but sometimes people have to be reminded about things like that. So y'all just be mindful of doing that in anybody's chat room. I'm telling you, that's something most content creators really don't like, okay? Please don't do that, all right? It's very disrespectful. Just stop and think about it as if you were hosting a platform and then somebody come in there and start talking about other content creators or something else, okay? It's very disrespectful, all right? So now, we're going to get back to cooking a little scrappy here because, yes, we are going to cook him. I want you to finish listening to what he's about to say here, and then I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to let you know what the problem is about this. And I'm going to also address why so many of these entertainers and athletes are so comfortable doing this to those of us in Black America that they really can't relate to anymore. Let's let it continue.
And if it ain't right, cuz, I'm going to remember you. And you're not going to be black to me no more. At all. You're not going to be black to me. I'm not going to... Don't try to shake my hand. I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm going to pray for you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray for you. And if something was to ever happen to your kids one day and the police do it and they get immunity, I'm not coming to march for you. I'm going to pray for you and your family.
Salute to my good lieutenant, Sister Tam Chan, that I see in here. I see you, sister. All right. And look, let me say this one more time. Oh, my God. Now, I just said not to type in all caps, okay? Please, 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 don't make me get ugly. I already told y'all the story about a previous content creator I'm still cool with to this day, but he just couldn't stop doing it. I'm not the type of person I'm going to tell you something over and over again, okay? So just come on now. All right, don't be that one. Y'all know this phrase, don't be that one nigga, okay? All right, so now, let's deal with Lil Scrappy, okay? You hear him talking about, okay, if y'all don't get this right, and they notice they've been saying that. See, when you hear the shillbillies and these people on their political campaign saying the same stuff over and over, that comes down from the political top of their particular party. If you don't get it right, first of all, getting it right is up to each individual voter what's best for them, their family, and their community. Even the ones that we critique over here that's voting for commandment, they feel like that's the right thing. And notice I said feel, they're not really thinking. They feel like that's the right thing to do for them. And that's their right to vote for that. It's our right to critique it and talk about why it's not wise. If you've repeated that over and over again, the 2020 election, for anybody with any intelligence, that should have told you that, hey, you bet on the wrong horse. You gonna do it again? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I love about this 2024 election cycle. And a lot of people have made a comment, oh, they're ready for it to be over. Oh, look at all these people doing this and that. Let me tell you something, man. One of the things you better learn to do in life is step back and analyze something and say, wait a minute. Yes, there's some negative things about it, but what's the lesson to be learned? One of the lessons that I've learned, this has taught me unequivocally that there are just some people amongst us that ain't gonna make it. And you got to be okay with that. Let me tell you why I say that. Your conscience is clear as if you tried to give somebody information about a particular threat. Let's just say you're going down a highway or something, the bridge is out. Hey, you turn around and come back like, whoa, I didn't know there was a big pothole up here that you can't drive around. And you tell everybody else is heading that way, hey, man, you ain't gonna be able to make it across there, man. You know, it's not accessible, man. It's very dangerous for you to try. I just turned around. I just came from that way. Now, if you tell somebody that and they proceed to go on, your conscience is clear. You are not obligated to go back and help them. They made a conscious choice and a decision at that point. We're going to have to get comfortable with that, accepting that fact in Black America. But see, let me tell you something why I'm saying it. A lot of times you call yourself trying to go back and save people that you've given accurate information and good faith information to. Sometimes that puts you in jeopardy, depending on what the situation is in life. So It's time for some division. Division is healthy when you're dividing from something that's detrimental to you, okay? We don't keep your body, your immune system doesn't keep unhealthy cells in it. It goes to work removing those cells and getting them out your body so you can remain healthy. Everything else is the same way, okay? Especially in this political thing here, okay? So a lot of people going to have to come to terms with that. But see, with Scrappy, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to be very blunt when I say this. The Democrats like his type, and I'm going to tell you what I mean when I say his type. They like his type because he's not very bright, like most of these rappers. And look, that's not really their fault. You have to look at their upbringing and their parents. A lot of people tend to make the misnomer of thinking because if you make a lot of money, that somehow makes you intelligent. No, let me explain to you why. Y'all finna learn something about warfare, so I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Let me talk to you from an evil white supremacist perspective, okay? Because I've been studying these people all my life, and that's why they can't stand me. I'm not the Negro that you can pull anything over on in the business world. You can't manipulate my faith in anything and make me, you know what I'm saying, just turn around and forget who you are. I'm always focused on what's real, okay? Let me tell you from an evil white supremacist perspective, you weaponize stupidity. You understand? And if you truly identify, and I know it's a cruel way to say it, but this is how they see a lot of our people. If you identify the object that you wish to use as truly stupid, you don't have any problem papering that object up. I'm telling you now, because when I say object, I'm saying it that way for a reason. I want y'all to really understand how these people think about the little scrappies, the little boozies, whoever, whichever one. That's another damn thing. Everybody call themselves little, and you a grown-ass man. So much to be addressed with that in a future broadcast. But see, when you identify something that's stupid, you paper it up and say, yeah, now, you know what I'm saying? This is going to inflate your ego, especially if you're the type of person that's not going to use your resources to improve your condition because you don't even understand that you are lacking in knowledge on many things. And I'm going to tell you, it's one thing to be lacking in book knowledge. You can go pick up a book and get that or be taught that. If you lack in common sense, there's no hope for that. You can't teach common sense. So now the white supremacists, they don't mind papering up a stupid enemy. You know why? Because see, a lot of y'all probably have never heard anybody tell you this way. Don't you know that if you give an abundance of resources to a stupid person, that's dangerous to themselves? You probably saying, G-Biz, what the hell do you mean giving an abundance of resources to a stupid person? How's that dangerous to them? For those of you that are long-time day ones of the channel, you heard me use a phrase over here, having access to excess. Now, what does that mean? You take somebody that comes from a destitute situation, okay, which was not a fault of their own. You give them access to excess, things that they've never had. Nobody's ever telling them no. Chances are they're going to lean towards going out of control with that particular access to excess to the point that it becomes self-destructive. Now, for anybody that says, oh yeah, look at Sexy Red, look at Glorilla, and I'm not mocking anybody's death, but you look at all these different rappers here that have overdosed, young men and women in the prime of their lives. If it's not an overdose, look at these goofy drill rappers getting blown away over nothing, disrespecting each other's dead relatives and so-called ops, instead of coming together with the money that they get and saying, you know what? Yes, we came from a fucked up situation. We can't help that. But now that we got an opportunity to do better, we could cease all of this and start building and owning things, not just here in this country, but internationally. See, let me tell you something. If most entertainers and athletes and rappers thought like that, they would cut that shit out immediately. See, when you know an enemy is truly handicapped, you don't mind giving them things because they're too stupid to know what to do with it. Now, let me further address this before we get back to Lil Scrappy. That's also the main reason that they won't go ahead and pay reparations to foundational Black American freedmen, because they know most of us are not stupid. They know the greater majority of us will get those resources and do what we need to do to take care of our community, okay? They know that. Look, if they really thought, like I was saying previously about the small minority of the stupid amongst us, and yes, I'm using the term stupid because that's exactly what they are. Hell, they would have paid reparations, man, shit at the beginning of slavery. They're like, man, these stupid motherfuckers, man, go ahead and get these reparations. They ain't gonna do nothing with it anyway. The whole, man, if you got reparations tomorrow, y'all just gonna give it back. And if they really thought that, don't you know as sick as white supremacy is that loved a punchline to a joke to take a long time to pay off, don't you know that they would go ahead and pay that money? They'll be like, yeah, man, this is going to be the best joke ever. In this age where you can record things and it's preserved in prosperity on the internet forever. Think about it. If anybody doubts what I'm saying, look how hard they troll when they come in spaces where intelligent black people are. And see, that's another thing too, which is why I don't tolerate that. I'm going to be having an X space coming up in a couple of days. The reason I don't tolerate it, and I get it has an entertainment value. It can even be useful as a teaching lesson, but I'm speaking for myself. Reason I don't tolerate it, I'm of the mindset that when black men and black women get together and we're discussing serious issues, it's not playtime. And see, that's another thing. Some of our people don't know when to stop playing. That's why you can't get shit done for those people that applies to. Okay? Yes, it's good to crack jokes and have fun. You know, we do it over here. But we also teach over here too. We do more teaching than joking. More often than not. I try to keep a balance of that. I get it. We all have to laugh. I tell you all the time, don't let the system drive you crazy. But when it's time to handle business, you put the plan aside. So we're going to let him continue making his comments. And see, this is the problem with Scrappy, man. Most of the people around him that he grew up with, and I understand what his upbringing was. He had a very traumatic upbringing. When your parents are failures, man, I mean, look, the kid ain't going to really get too far unless somebody in the family takes them under their wing and tries to teach them better. And in their primary or developmental years, their formative years, when they're young and their minds are actually at the most optimal level for learning when they're young, okay? Because by the time you get to a certain age, you form your own worldview, it's a lot harder to break the things that you were taught that were not correct or wrongs to a sense, okay? That would be detrimental to you. So I do understand that. I do have compassion for that because you can't help who your parents are, all right? Or the foolish decisions that they make. So now, that being said, the brother, whether you like him or not, he excelled at his craft enough to get a record label contract, go on tour. He's got hits under his belt. But the problem is, and I've said this for athletes as well, that's really about the extent of their, capability or intelligence in a lot of senses. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, but more often than not, the greater extent of their intelligence revolves around their particular talent, okay? And that, because think about it, in order for a person to be as good as some of these athletes and entertainers are, they had to practice that around the clock. I'm talking about while the regular person is sleeping, they are writing, they are practicing in the gym, with whatever particular sport that they got going on. I mean, you got to think about it. They're very exceptionally talented. Now, the trade-off of that is you're not going to have much time to actually learn history. You're not going to actually have time, and this is what really hurts them. It's very sad. You're not going to have time to really understand how business contracts work before you sign a bad deal and everybody robbing you blind. You're not going to have time to really go amongst the regular people anymore because once you get access to excess, meaning economically, your reality does change. I'll give the rapper Biggie Smalls credit. One of the things that he said is very true. Y'all know where I'm going with this. More money, more problems, okay? So a lot of people make the misnomer of thinking that when you get money, or you get some type of wealth that all your problems go away. No, you're just going to have access to a different set of problems. Now, you'll have more tools at your disposal to solve those problems, and that's always great. But, the problems are not going to go away. You're going to get a whole new set of problems. Where my business owners at? Y'all already know what I'm talking about, okay? And see, this is where it requires you to be a wise person. And then the one thing about being a wise person is it doesn't mean that you know everything. It means that when you realize that you are lacking on any particular skill set or knowledge, you go and seek that out from someone that has more experience than you, and you try to learn so you patch up that deficiency. A lot of these entertainers and athletes never patch up that deficiency of lack of knowledge. So they will come out here speaking like Lil Scrappy is speaking. Let's let it continue.
Because you're the reason why it happened. That's crazy how that shit could really tip you over in your life for voting for somebody. So everybody go out there and vote for your person. That's all I'm saying. But you vote for the wrong person.
So you heard how he tried to kind of clean it up at the end. Everybody go out there and vote for your person. That's all I'm saying. See, an intelligent question to ask somebody like Lil Scrappy would be this. Why do you think that Black America's vote belongs to any political party, not just Democrats, any? The most powerful position to be in is the political middle. You're a wild card. People don't know which way you're going to go. And then on top of that, an intelligent group of people, and this is where we're headed in Black America, at least those of us on code, and I would like to see this become the standard in Black America. But see, our collective self-esteem will have to be raised in order for what I'm about to say to occur. You want to get to a point where even if you do say, okay, I'm an independent, politically independent, but I could be persuaded to vote either side depending on the policy that you offer me, whether that's Democrat, Republican, third party, whatever. And whoever gets the job done, you let them know up front in no uncertain terms. Hey, don't get comfortable. I voted for you this time, but come this time next year, I'm looking at what you've been doing throughout the year before voting time for my people to give me a reason to vote for you. And then when it's time, hey, we got to come back to the business table because that's what voting is, a business transaction. We've got to discuss what you're going to do for me this go round, okay? That's the way that has to work, all right? That's the proper way for that to work. So now, we're looking at the Skiwi VP here, okay? Oh, boy, I know this is a terrifying sight to most of us that have common sense to see this idiot standing behind that podium as the president of the United States. Boy, can you imagine? See, those of us with sense that pay attention to more than, you know, what the hot Cheetos crowd listen to, love and hip hop, entertainment, sports, all of that. The intelligent Black American at this day and hour of our history here is concerned on your economics, okay? And beyond that, making sure your family is good. But you also looking at things on the geopolitical stage and seeing how these things could affect us, okay? Definitely this illegal alien situation, that's a safety hazard, especially if you're a Black person with a family and you got children and they're in your neighborhood. I refuse to back down off of this. I'm one of the few people that I've heard say it this way. Protect your children. A lot of these degenerate deviants over here, man, they are hell on children where they come from. They don't have the same type of culture that we have or the same type of moral compass as far as not harming and molesting and violating kids and women. Y'all see what they got going on, okay? But yet you got these goofy shillbillies like Scrappy that they're not going to address anything I just said. And then if you do bring up these things, they start deflecting. Well, what about Trump? Let me tell you something. You can't do anything with somebody like that. You have to realize something that I've always taught you all over here. Time is the most precious, non-renewable resource that anyone has. Once you waste time, you can't get that back, okay? You need to become very, very, very offended at anybody or anything wasting your time deliberately, okay? Because that's precious to you. That is just as precious as the oxygen that you breathe. You start thinking like that, watch how your life starts to turn around with any type of goal that you're trying to achieve, whatever the goal may be, okay? So now, I want to analyze something here, and this comes courtesy of, the good brother Philip Scott, all right? I want you to check out what he had took notice of, and remember, I've been one of the people that have been correcting for the longest time on up to this point on many of the people that were saying that, oh, Georgia flipped blue, and a lot of people that really are not familiar with this state or this culture, they think that the entire political mindset of Georgia is like Atlanta, which is a Democrat stronghold. Okay, but it's not. It is not. And I've said this many a time. So our good brother Phil is going to talk about that here. Okay, so we're going to analyze some things that he noticed, and I'll be stopping in to make some points as need be.
Say though, Bakari, he was in.
Oh, and by the way, hold on. Before we get to Brother Phil, I almost forgot. I jumped ahead of myself because we definitely going to get to Brother Phil in a second. We got to analyze this segment, and it pains me to do this, just like I had to get on Kelly Rowland. We got to analyze this segment with the sister with her gorgeous self, Abby Phillips, up here. But baby, you might be gorgeous, but you one of them shield billies, and I got to critique you. I want y'all to listen to this segment where they had Bakari Sellout up here and the rest of these flunkies up here talking about that comment that Jim Crow Joe Biden made calling Trump supporters garbage. And we're going to get to why that happened. Trust me, we got a loaded broadcast tonight. We gonna analyze this. And see, look, let me tell you something. It's almost sad to the point of being funny. when you analyze these interactions between the shillbillies, let me tell you why it's important, family. I always redirect your minds back to warfare, okay? Because this politics is warfare without bloodshed. Now, one of the ways to be successful in warfare is you need to study everything that's on the battlefield that's opposing you. You need to have a functioning understanding of it, to the point that you may understand the opposition better than they understand themselves. So when these shillbillies get to having these conversations like this, there's always something to learn. Let's let it continue.
His house, the White House, he was in his house doing this, and the reporting is that there are places that he could be useful, but he's not everywhere like you might expect a sitting president to be for his vice president.
I don't know that I would expect this president to be everywhere in this moment. I mean, look, a critical element, any coach will tell you, any CEO will tell you, a critical element of running a team and winning is assessing the strengths and weaknesses of your team members and making sure you allocate them in the right way. Joe Biden has never been a big arena speaker. He's never been the most fluid speaker. And by the way, as someone who had a stutter growing up, it's very obvious to me that there's an apostrophe at the end of supporters there. He was referring to the garbage spewed by supporters, not simply the supporters themselves. But Joe...
Let me tell you something right now. One of the things that I despise, and salute to my good brother Kid Gravity Beyond here. That's another solid brother over here with his own platform. Very informative. And congrats on the 5,000 member mark there, my brother. I see you over there. Continue doing your thing. Now, family, one of the things that I despise about especially black men, is when they start lying and making excuses for people that wouldn't lie and make excuses for them. I've heard this, from the shillbillies over there on the political left, constantly trying to make excuses about Joe Biden had a stutter and he stutters. Listen, if you want to, look, he would have come out better saying, well, we all understand the condition of President Biden right now. You know what I'm saying? His cognitive ability isn't what it used to be. You should have went down that road. Stop making excuses about him having a damn stutter. Huh? Lots of people have a stutter, but man, listen, we're going to play that clip too. And I'm going to ask my audience here tonight. We're going to play the clip that he's talking about in a little bit. And I want y'all to tell me if you think that what he said had to do with a stutter. Now, let's be clear. We're going to also examine a little bit later here why he said what he said. But this is my message to both Democrats and Republicans. When you stand on something, stand on it all the way. Don't half-ass do it. For example, Democrats, with Commandments campaign, the main policy issue that she's pushing is the right to delete children, okay? But you want to call it reproductive justice. First of all, that is the biggest oxymoron ever, okay? Used by morons, yes, pun intended. But see, that goes to show you how cowardly and demonically evil that they are, because they're too afraid to call it what it is. Say what it is every time. And see, if you're talking to these shillbillies that come over there and start with you, make them say it. Be like, no, you're gonna say the word. Because if you're going to be about something, you need to stand on it. And I say the same thing to the Republicans too. And I'm going to really drill down on that, because we're going to analyze why Joe Biden made that comment. But I just find that despicable, man, when Negroes sit up here and put the cape on for these people, because if it was him that had said something the same way or whatever, no white Democrat will run out there to save them. And see, let me say this to you goofy Democrat shillbillies and you Republican shillbillies. This is the problem about why you dishonor the skin that you wear. Okay, if you're a black person and you're doing that, you notice they never come to your rescue like that. Name a time when you see the shillbillies get in trouble. They say something in the media, make a faux pas, or heaven help them if they commit a crime. Think about it. Look at Eric Adams. We all know why they put them charges on him. Okay, we get it. All right. And I'm not putting the cape on for him, but I'm making a point. Who do you see that's a white Democrat that's coming to Eric Adams' rescue? Can anybody tell me? Because I hadn't seen it. When Mark Robinson, old freaky ass, got caught with what he was posting online there, big old buck dancing Sambo he is, where was the white Republicans coming to rescue saying, oh, no, that his account was had or whatever? Well, see, they don't cut for them that hard. So this is why I ride down so hard on the damn shillbillies. They are absolutely fucking pathetic. I'm going to tell you something, man. You can't be a man and be shilling for either party. You just can't do it. Let's let it continue.
Biden has been on the campaign trail. He's best getting ice cream in Maryland like he was today. He's best showing moments of empathy in Arizona like he was last week. He's best with union folks as he was in Pittsburgh last week as well. You use people where they are best. You put Obama in a big arena, you put Michelle in a big arena, and you put Joe Biden in front of a bunch of union people doing retail politics.
You could make the argument that they would be fine if Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near a microphone between now and next Tuesday.
Let me just accept.
Now, I must give the gorgeous Gabby Phillips some credit. That did make sense what she said. And baby, you too fine to be shield-billing over there. Hey, brothers, we're going to have to launch Operation Save Gabby Phillips. We are Abby Phillips. We might have to try to get her away from these Democrat shields. I mean, we're going to have to do some reprogramming. I don't know, fellas. You think it's worth it? I mean, come on, man. Look, let me tell you something. I got to be petty for a minute. If it was Big Bone, Simone, linebacker Sanders, I wouldn't give a damn. They can keep that motherfucker. Keep her. You can't have our deliciously cute chocolate sisters, man. Okay? And no, I'm not going to turn into Michael Avery Dyson. Butterscotch vitality, vanilla vitality, all this. Nah, I ain't finna do y'all like that. I'm just saying the woman is strikingly gorgeous. And I just find it a travesty that beauty like that is going to waste being on the team Shield Billy over there. So, brothers, hey, we can brainstorm on ways to bring her home, man, if y'all think it's worth it. But anyway, let's let it continue.
The most charitable framing of this, which you just gave. Why is he sitting in front of a laptop at the exact same moment Kamala Harris is out on his backyard trying to give the closing argument to her campaign? What in the world is he doing? Now, I don't accept your frame.
White man, you are a white man and you understand how your fellow white man thinks. You know what Jim Crow Joe is doing. Y'all booted that senile old bastard, and I don't have no sympathy for him because of what he's done to my people. I don't owe him any. Y'all booted that senile old bastard out the office of the presidency. Come on, white man. You know why. He's bitter. He's trying to hey, if I go down, I'm going to get my get back. That's what your people do. See, I hate when they get on TV, and you know how your people are, Alabaster America. You are very vengeful when people wrong you. You only tell us to forgive, but you don't forgive anybody. So you know Jim Crow Joe is like, okay, you forced me out like that, and white man, here's the thing, and I'm not just talking about a white man on the screen. I'm talking about any white man that's a goofy liberal that want to sit there and pretend like they don't know why Joe Biden is doing what he's doing. You know that your egos are extremely fragile and you hate to be publicly embarrassed. Don't you know how angry Joe Biden is about having pushed his old senile ass out the way? And they keep trying to spin it like he decided to step down on his own. Boy, the remarkable lies that you goofy Democrat shillbillies tell. Absolutely amazing. There's no truth in their dishonest asses, okay? So I just wanted to point that out. Let's let it continue.
Framing of it personally, because I actually do believe he, Harris, the Democratic Party, and most of their campaign do believe that half the country is garbage. They've also said people who go to Trump rallies are Nazis. And so it's pretty apparent the disdain with which they hold half of the country in.
It's not true. They've already litigated it in Kamala's speech tonight.
But as a tactical matter today,
no, but you don't just get to say
why in the world is Joe Biden giving remarks at the same time as Kamala Harris?
I'll give you that.
Reporter.
All right, so you see they was having a little shillbilly roundtable discussion about your man right here, the man of the hour. And doesn't he look like a little black-eyed demon? See, look, I'm finna really piss you shillbillies off because, see, unlike the shillbillies, I remember what this son of a bitch did with that 94 crime bill. And by the way, it wasn't just that. His name, according to his own anti-black racist mouth, has been on every crime bill since 1976. Okay, Senator Joseph Biden, fuck you and everything you stand for. I hope that the rest of what's left of your brain shrivel down into mush and drip out your fucking nose. I have no sympathy for this son of a bitch. I really refuse to show any grace to anybody that deliberately harms my people that way. See, I'm immune to that. Oh, he's a doddering old white man. I don't have that in me. Oh, no, I keep telling y'all, I'm descended from the rebellious slaves, okay? We have no remorse for the plantation overseers, all right? But see, I put this in here because I want you all to listen to what the remark that they were defending with Jim Crow Joe here. And this is the part where after this play, I'm going to ask my astute audience, okay, my esteemed audience in here tonight, I'm going to ask you if you think that this was because he has a damn stutter. I'm like, listen, I get why he said it, and we're going to get into that shortly here. But let's just call it what it is. America, most of America, okay, that have some type of morals or still got their nuts attached, okay, for the ladies that, still got their tits attached, whatever you want to say, okay? Most of America would respect if you just came out and just were honest, boldly honest, like Trump or not. That's one thing that most people actually respect about him. Right, wrong, weak, strong, he gonna come out and tell you what's on his mind. Now, is that always a good idea? No, okay? The Cheeto, it does not make the best decisions when it comes to keeping that mouth under control, him nor J.D. Vance, but we're going to get into that. So anyway, I'm going to let this clip play, and afterwards, I'm going to look in the chat room. I want y'all to see if you tell me if this was due to him making a stutter, okay?
Where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization is seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
How do you like my garbage?
Did you hear him? Did you hear him? Hold on. Let me take it back. Hold on. I want to take it back. We're gonna play it one more time because I want y'all to tell me you think that this was because of a stutter. We're gonna play it one more time.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization is seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
How do you like?
Now, I'm going to ask this, and yes, I had to put the pettiness of Trump in here. Is there anybody in my audience, though, that thinks that when he said garbage that he was stuttering? Because he sounded very clear to me. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's clear that he does have dementia, but a lot of that in his early stages, I'm going to tell you where karma is a motherfucker at. I honestly believe like early when he got in there, he was absolutely fine, and he was pretending like he was doddering and stuttering, and then that shit hit his ass for real. That's the ancestors kicking you up your old wrinkled alabaster ass, and you deserve every bit of it, okay? But family, do you think that was because he was stuttering? Because I'm looking in the chat room. I see nope. Okay, Melanated Tay says nope. Black Truth United says nope. Okay, anybody think it was because he had a stutter? I just want to know. I'm looking. I'm trying to see. Okay, Rashawn Waiters says no. Okay. Anybody else sound off? Because see, this needs to be seen. And the reason why I get audience participation that, when the white supremacists go back and play the chat back, they can see what you all think. Okay. If you Mossman says no. Carla Wilson, no. Nightfall Drop says no. Patricia Jenkins, no. Netta J says not at all. Okay. So see, for the goofy Democrat shillbillies that's listening to this, because I know you're going to run over here. They always open black media channels. My chat room is very intelligent. That was not because of a stutter, okay? Now, Trump and all of his orange pettiness, I don't know if y'all saw this. This is actually real. Let me show you what the orange man did. In fact, I'm going to take it back because I want you to see exactly what he decided to do. And see, look, let me tell y'all something. There's a lesson in Trump's pettiness. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I want black folks to really catch the lesson here. It ain't even about liking Trump or anything, okay? One of the things that Trump and 50 Cent seem to have in common is they understand how to play something that could be used as a detriment in their favor by leaning into it. Case in point, with 50 Cent, when the game was going at him, he came out, he was saying, are you a G you not? Hell, 50 got the trademark to that when Game dumbass should have done and beat him to it. And then he started selling a G you not merchandise. Yeah, see, look, that's a lesson to be learned in that. Now with Trump, he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This goofy ass anti-black racist comic up there, we're going to get to his ass in a minute, came up here and said something that hurt me. Hey, how can we spin this into a positive? Lean into it. And this was the perfect way to do it. I'm going to let this pettiness play because it's funny as hell, but there's a lesson to be learned.
Un-American.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
I don't care what you say. He got the ass with that. Boy, you hey man, listen, talk about some old rich white man shit. He went and got a garbage truck and put his campaign logo on there. You heard what he said. This garbage truck is in honor of Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? She said taking out the damn trash because they are trash, okay? They are trash, all right? But see, let me tell you something, family. A lot of these Democrat shillbillies, you know what they try to use with us? They try to play on our heartstrings about racism and all of these different types of things. But see, that era is gone. Most black folks with sense are looking at their bottom line and their economic situation, okay? I see y'all laughing in the chat. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. If I was Trump's campaign manager, that sounds like some shit I would have told him to do. I would have took it a step further, though, okay? Look, I would have had him. I would have had Trump say that, and I'll be like, listen, Orange, man, this is what you're going to do, right? We're going to get you some blue trash bags with a D and a donkey on it. And you're going to walk to the back of the truck after you say your line and take out the trash and throw it in there and say, that's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Come in November here. We're going to take out the trash and clean up the White House, okay? See, that's the type of pity I would have put on it. But anyway, most of Black America is focused on economics and tangibles, all right? And see, unfortunately for you Democrats, something's coming true here that I said was going to happen with Georgia. I kept telling people, I said, I know my state. If I tell you something about this state, you can bank on that shit. I'm going to tell you like my kinfolk say, if I tell you a duck can pull a truck, you better hook that motherfucker up, okay? Because I know my state from top to bottom. I'm talking about every demographic, wealthy, middle class, poor, white, black, okay? Redneck, sophisticated white folk, wealthy, upstanding black people, okay? Shit, the lords of the low, listen, from the hood to the streets to the executive suites. I know how my people think down here. And one of the things that everybody's in unison on, hey, when this hurricane came through here, Hurricane Helene, and Mammy jumped their stupid ass up there talking about $750, don't you know that united black and white people in that one thing? They're like, okay, fuck you. Even people that was thinking about voting for the bitch down here, they're like, oh, nah. You're not going to sit here and have us see you giving all this money to Ukraine and bankrolling these illegal aliens, and then we get hit by a natural disaster. You talking about we can only get $750? Oh, they just don't understand. And then that goes double for our brothers and sisters in Florida that got hit with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, okay? Oh, you have woken up a sleeping southern giant, and you going to feel it because I'm going to tell you, it's over with for in Florida and Georgia. It's a wrap. I've seen North Carolina. So anyway, we're going to get into some observations our good brother Phil made here, and I will stop this where need be to further underscore my point.
Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, boy, the Democrats are really starting to panic now. They're panicking because in Georgia, they're having low black voter turnout when it comes to early election. And you'll see here in this particular article that most black people do a lot of their voting on early voting, and then, of course, some show up election day. But if they're seeing low voter turnout during early voting, that's spelling a big trouble for Vice President Kamala Harris. So let's go ahead and get into this. You can see.
So now let me point out something there, because Brother Phil is over there in Texas. Shout out to my brother. He does great work. But as a Georgia native, okay, let me tell you something. He's correct on that. Most Georgians over here, black, white, or whatever, people have already made up their mind. They go ahead and get out of the way with early voting, okay? I mean, like, look, at this stage in the game, look, let me go ahead and put it to you like this. When you get to around about July, August, okay, in like an election year for the presidency, everybody already made up their mind, man. It ain't gonna be nothing you can say. I don't care who you allow celebrity-wise, but everybody already know what they gonna do, whichever way they gonna go. They already made up their mind, all right? So definitely by the time you hit coming into October, November, it's a wrap, man. You may well stop campaigning. Look, if you didn't campaign before that time period, that window, save it. Not to mention these egregious faux pas, like I just mentioned, that Kamala and the Biden Harris, because that's what she's a part of, and thanks Jim Crow Joe for keeping her attached to your little wrinkled up senile hip. The Biden Harris administration jumps out here and lets everybody know that, hey, you can only get $750 if you were in a natural disaster zone, okay? That was great news right there. Thank you, okay? But see, one of the things about Kamala that I love watching her, she's the world's goofiest crash test dummy. Oh, all you have to do is just wind her little stupid ass up and let her go, boy, and she'll get the job done for you, okay? So anyway, Brother Phil's going to cover something that he noticed in this article, and I'm going to let him talk about a couple of things, and then I'm going to back him up on a couple of things, too, as someone that lives here.
Georgians are voting early at record pace, but Democrats have concerns. Say the percentage of voters, black voters, so far is below the 30% target party leaders and political observers like to see. All right, so they're talking about a state rep, Carl Gillard. He's a Democrat from Savannah, joined an emergency Zoom call, emergency, y'all, with about 70 other black Georgia faith leaders Monday night to discuss their concerns about the state's latest early voting figures. All them rallies y'all doing in Georgia, and you mean to tell me y'all are in trouble? Y'all concerned? Now, I say most prominent leaders of the state's black faith community have thrown their support behind Kamala Harris and her White House race against former President Trump. They say the latest early voting data has given them cause for concern about Harris's chances of winning Georgia's 16 crucial electoral college votes in the battleground state that was decided less than 12,000 votes 4 years ago. Now, you say the good news, according to Gillard and other leaders, is the other Georgia Legislative Black Caucus that more than 3 million people have already cast their vote as of 11:20 a.m. Tuesday. So that means more than 42% of the estimated 7.2 million active voters on the state's registration rolls have already cast their ballots at a record-setting pace, according to the Office of Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger. They say the higher turnout rates usually benefit Democrats in competitive races. Of course, they're talking about more of that, but this is the issue. They say among the voters are more than 782,000 black Georgians whose turnout rate has dropped more than 29% on the record-setting first day of early voting. They say when many black seniors travel to the polls with canes, walkers, and wheelchairs, boosting the state's overall voting turnout rate to about 25% since then. They say that's.
Now, let me pause it because, see, this goes back to Hurricane Helene. Let me tell you something about Georgians, okay, especially black Georgians. We are very no-nonsense, practical people when it comes to taking care of our families and our communities. Even the boomer class, and see, this is what I keep telling y'all, they pissed some of the black boomers down here off with that whole shenanigans there about, oh, all the money in FEMA has been spent on the illegal aliens. You can only get $750 if you qualify, because like a brother in the chat room said, a lot of people didn't qualify to get it, okay? A lot of people didn't. And everybody wasn't fortunate to be in situations like myself where you didn't need it, okay? A lot of people really did need that assistance from FEMA. That's what the fucking Federal Emergency Management Agency is for. See, let me tell you something at this hour about history in America right now. I don't care what race you are if you listen to this. This country, this administration here has committed treason against the people. Anytime that you're giving billions of dollars to other countries that are not under the jurisdiction of the United States before you take care of your own citizens, you've committed treason. Anytime that you flood this country with illegal aliens and use the tax dollars of the American citizens to fund them, you've committed treason, okay? And see, Georgians have recognized the treason that have been committed against us by the Biden-Harris administration with the way they chose to handle rendering aid down here. And again, I have to give shout outs to everybody that helped me help my community down here, okay? Because we were going to hit the ground running and do whatever we could. We're not going to sit there and wait on no FEMA and nobody else, okay? You get to hit the ground running, put together people that are able to help the community, and you take it from there, okay? So I thank everybody that contributed to helping me do that, all right? Salute to y'all, man. I have a magnificent audience over there. That's one thing about it is we have a smaller channel, but everybody over here is pretty much focused on business when it's time to take care of things and help people in the community, okay? So now, when you look at the fact of the numbers here that Phil is quoting in this article about the voter turnout and the percentages, listen, man, it's going to be very clear. Wait till them exit polls come out. And wait till you see what most Georgians are going to do. I'm telling you right now, man, you're going to be drawn back to what I've said over here in this broadcast. People are putting their kitchen table issues first. See, let me really personalize it for you. And I hope nobody has to go through this, but you imagine a senior down here, okay? A senior in any state or whatever, but we talking about Georgia. They got hit by something as devastating as a hurricane and their house was damaged majorly, even if it didn't completely shatter it. it was significant damage to it where they got to get that repaired. Okay, help them if they were hurt. You know what I'm saying? By any type of debris or anything. I mean, it's some serious issues. Then let's just say your house is okay. Let's just say you wasn't hurt by anything. For those of you that have never been through that, especially in a grid down situation, which is why I did that broadcast on Patreon, okay, or in the Black Ocean Zone too, about GMRS radios and different types of survival tactics that you can use. Let me tell you something. In a grid down situation, that power go out and you don't have a way, you know what I'm saying, to maintain any type of power, you don't know how to preserve your food or everything, you have to throw out a lot of food. So a lot of them, that really hurt a lot of the elderly down here and other people that wasn't in a situation where they could just bounce back like that. And you think that they're going to be worried about getting to some polls and voting for somebody that ain't going to do a damn thing to help them? Because as we all know, one thing that I do respect Commandment for, you know what she told us? I'm not going to do something that only benefits black people. Yeah. That's what the bitch told us. So that's the one truth she did actually tell and stand her ground on. Let's let it continue.
Bad news for Harris and down ballot Democrats, according to Gillard and other prominent GLBC members who spoke with Capital B Atlanta on Monday. It said North Carolina to the other southern region battleground state have also seen low black voter turnout during its early voting process. So some people choosing the couch. If let me tell y'all something. If black folks choose the couch, if black folks, of course, vote for Trump, Jill Stein, Cornel West, whoever they're voting for, right? That means that they're not supporting Kamala. This is not good for her. So they say black folks who overwhelmingly support Democrats in most elections comprise about 31% of Georgia's overall population. The elected leaders and political observers say Democrats looking for a guaranteed win in the state office races. They say in Georgia, they say usually need to hit a 30% black turnout rate. They say in black turnout during early voting is usually higher than it is on election day. They said 25% is low, according to a James Beverly. They said we need around 31%. They said Gillard said he began seeing the Democrat Party warning signs last week in Savannah. They said where nearly 52% of residents were black in 2022. According to census data. It said the chair of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, who serves as pastor of the Family Life Center in nearby Garden City, estimates only about 35% of early voters in Chatham County were black as of 2 days ago. Boy, they not turning out, ladies and gentlemen. They said a little over 50% were white. That's concerning because they said we're in a city that's predominantly African American. And see, on Sunday, the Savannah Civic Center, a major early voting polling location, Gillard said he saw about 800 people show up to vote. He said, I thought that was down a lot because this is Sunday and this is a major place. He said, we should have had probably about 2,000. Of course, early voting, ends at the close of business Friday. It said Gillard and Beverly said it's clear to them that more Republicans have answered Trump's call for his supporters to participate in early voting. Now, they say the latest early voting totals are pretty outstanding, but it seems Republicans are taking advantage of early voting more than before. Now, as we continue to kind of look at this, we're not go through we went through most of it. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing. Oh, here's the thing. Vice President Kamala Harris, it's not looking good for you at all. It's not looking good. Now you see why these strategists are saying, man, we thinking she may lose. Now do y'all see why people think that she may lose now? Because I'm seeing more black people vote for Trump. Cornel West, I've seen people vote for him. Jill Stein, and the couch. That is the candidates that's against Harris. Couch, Trump, Stein, Cornel West, some states, Robert Kennedy. Okay.
Let me add something to what Phil is saying here, because I heard this firsthand, and this shocked me. At Boomer class that they count on so much, they pissed them off so bad as they pulled that stunt down here without, rendering aid to these people in their time of need. It pissed some of them off so bad that we talking diehard Democrat. Y'all know vote blue no matter who, that church crowd. Some of them have told me they are going to vote for the orange man. They ain't even going to choose God. They're like, no, fuck that. Hey, this is what you're going to do us is loyal. And look, you think about it. That particular voter demographic has every right to be pissed off more than anybody else because that's what their main support base is, the boomer class. Oh, they run out there and vote for Democrat no matter what. But see, sometimes as tragic as that natural disaster that happened down here was Hurricane Helene, okay? Sometimes, man, that's what it takes to open people's eyes, okay? And again, we not saying that, yeah, that's what they should have got, you know what I'm saying, from the land. No. What I'm saying is that you see things differently after it hits home, so to speak, okay? In whatever way it chooses to hit home, all right? In this situation, a lot of people, don't have the resources to recover the way they needed to, all right? And unless they get help from another source, hey, they're stuck. And Commanding them only wants to give you $750. That's if you qualify for it. Ain't that something? Instead of saying, no, we're going to make sure we take care of that, you got to qualify. Meanwhile, people that are not even supposed to be over here don't have to qualify for a damn thing. All they got to do is just break the law and hop their little asses over the border. And they get access to all your tax dollars that you can't get in a time of need. See, let me tell you something, Democrats. You created a permanent shift in this state for sure. With a lot of the places that did vote blue for you, you finna lose that for a long time because see, you broke that boomer class's hearts. They believed in you with everything they are. Y'all know how them boomers talk about the Democrats. Oh boy, hey, Democrat, white Jesus. You let them down, they're not gonna forget that shit. So just wait till you see what happens come November. Let's let it continue.
And all the fanfare of the Democrats, all the celebrities, Beyonce. I mean, you brought everything you could bring out, right? You brought out Obama. You brought out Michelle. You brought out everybody you could. And people still not showing up. You did a whole concert in Atlanta with Megan Thee Stallion. And people still not showing up. She did tonight this speech. They said, talking about her closing argument and all of that. And nobody not worried about her. Because if you heard one speech from her, you didn't heard them all. What is she going to say that's so significant in that speech that you're going to say, oh, okay, man, yeah. She repeating the same thing. I don't know what kind of speechwriter she has, but she needs to get rid of them. Because at that stage, she should have had at least about 3 or 4 speechwriters. I don't know. But she said everywhere she goes, she's talking the same speech. And she's not saying nothing new. She's vague on everything. How she don't stand on business on the things she should stand on business on except abortion. But she's in trouble. And this is not a good.
Let me further underscore what Phil is saying about Commandment being in trouble. And I love every bit of it. Family, you want to know who else is starting to turn against them here in Georgia? And this is even more of a shock for me than the boomers. Y'all gonna think I'm petty when I say it, but y'all want to know who else is turning on them? I didn't even think that this was possible, okay? I really didn't. But I know what I heard. A large majority of the hood rat population is pissed off. I couldn't believe when I heard them saying some gonna choose the couch and some are gonna vote the orange man. I look, I'm gonna tell you why it shocks me. A hood rat don't give a damn about nothing but entertainment, alcohol, and getting high. That's it. And hopping on whatever dick they can find to hop on. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much the circle of their lives. Kind of like a hamster on a wheel or in a cage. That's about all they do. When the hood rats start talking policy and economics, from a logical standpoint, Democrats, you done fucked up because, see, look, man, could it be some type of renaissance going on? We'll have to see. They were relying on the Meg Thee Stallion concert and exerting all the goofy pandering that they do to that degenerate crowd to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, come on out here, man. We got a free concert for you, catfish nuggets and all this other stuff. But when they actually start to stop and think, but see, Democrats, hood rats like money too. when you kick them in their economic situation and they're not able to get access to them things that I talked about, yeah, they start making some different decisions. I didn't think they were capable. I really didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not. I sat quietly and I listened as they were talking about certain things. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit. I was like, hey, look, we gotta quote the line. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, Democrats. Boy, I should have had the clip queued up. You know you done fucked up, right? When the boomers in the hood rats turn on you, it's over. Oh, it's game over. It's all over for the crowd. Let's let it continue.
Look for her. Well, when people not showing up to early voting, especially when they say that in Georgia, more black people show up to early voting than they do on election day. Yeah. She may lose the state of Georgia, and she can't afford to lose the state of Georgia.
Oh, no, my good brother Phil, there's no May in it. She's going to lose Georgia. There's not any purple or nothing. Nope. This is a red state. I have long said it. That faux pas fiasco that they pulled, that little chicanery, you know, the little finesse they pulled in 2020, ain't going to happen this time. See, let me tell you something. These southern rednecks down here, yeah, they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer. But one thing about it, those that pull the strings for those rednecks, okay, the ones in power, oh, no, you ain't gonna be able to fool them too many times. Oh, we know something went right. 2020 ain't gonna happen again, boy. I'm telling you right now. You don't think Brian Kemp and the rest of these good old boys had a meeting about that? Oh, they ain't gonna be able to pull it this time. Look, let me tell you something. If you see anybody do try anything similar to what happened in 2020, because I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like that election, you know, we didn't see the finesse. Watch how fast they end up in prison. Watch. I'm telling you now, it ain't gonna go down the same way. Whatever they got on their sleeve, they better come with something else. That little in the middle of the night, mail-in ballot bullshit, oh, that's over here in Georgia. That's not gonna happen. I've seen videos of people talking about, okay, they trying to get illegal aliens to vote down here. Trust me, they gonna square all of that up. Y'all gonna see, okay? Because there's certain things that I say that a lot of people don't know about that. And I'm like, yeah, I know you don't know. I live here. I do know, okay? So, yeah, I'm just saying it, man. They gonna definitely lose, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my good brother Phil. You know, he's being objective, professional journalist, as he always is. But, yeah, I gotta see it, man. Ain't no Mike. Shit, this state is going for Trump. Florida going for Trump. You know what I'm saying? A couple states up on the East Coast. I mean, look, tell y'all something, man. When you see them exit polls, after this is all said and done, let that be a lesson to you about how the collective of the country really thinks, especially in a time like this when the economy is not what it should be. You can't razzle-dazzle people with a speech or a concert, the actual grown adults that actually have bills to pay, and make them forget their economic situation. You're going to have to come with some tangible policies to change their minds about that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's been a fun fantasy ride for Commandment and them, but it's over now. Let's let it continue.
No. She can't afford that. But let's see what happens as we continue to go along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. But yes, Vice President Harris is in trouble. She's in trouble. Democrats are panicking, and they're worried about down ballot races too. They're panicking all across the board. And will this be a referendum on the Democrat Party? Will it be that? We'll see. We'll keep.
Salute to my good sister, Nicety girl in the building. What's going on, sister, with the smooth forehead in the building? Hey, that's my West Coast homie right there, man. Good people that sister is right there, man. And see, look, I got to brag on you, sister Nicety. One thing I love about that sister's energy, man, she is no nonsense when it comes to putting her foot on these shield billies' necks. Oh, she be on it. Her and my good brother, Sincere Love the God over there on Sincere Love the God cast. Y'all not familiar with that brother's channel. Y'all go over there and check them out, man. They be cooking, man. They definitely be cooking. I got to catch up on some of the things they've been doing myself. Back to business, sister Nicety girl. Drop y'all channel link in the chat room if you please, ma'am, if you have the time to do so. Please do that. You feel free. Y'all welcome. You, Kid Gravity, most of y'all and Brother Torian, hey, y'all welcome to drop y'all channels over here. Good, solid information that I want my audience to actually have privy to in case they don't know about it, okay? It's always good to get different perspectives on things. But see, now we're back to this terrifying image here, okay? And I know you like, gee, Biz, why do you keep torturing us with this? Why do you keep showing this shoe-faced bag of dog shit on the screen here? You know, and because, you know, hey, look, if I see it, you got to see it. But I'm actually showing you this for a purpose because what we're about to analyze next, well, Democrats, I love when chickens come home to roost on top of donkeys' heads because you know y'all are the donkey party. Family, you remember all the people that they did actually do tangible policies for? Oh boy, everybody except black folks. LGBTQ, oh man, East Indians, Arabs, okay, you know they're going to support the liberal white class, okay, and you did a lot for Asians. Oh, yes, you did, Democrats. Well, family, we got a spokesperson for the Asian community. She's going to let you know what she feels about Kamala. Oh, yes, she is. I call her, and if you over there on my Patreon, y'all already know where we're about to go. But I ain't going to get there yet. We going to give that version in a minute. But see, I call her Woke Wok Wendy. That's right. Wok, like the Asian cooking dish. Woke Wok Wendy, okay? Woke Wok Wendy has some choice words for Kamala here. And I'm going to play this uninterrupted. And I want y'all to listen to what she had to say because Democrats, we told your asses this was going to happen. You sit here and put all that damn anti-black racist propaganda on my people talking about we practicing Asian hate. Oh, Woke Wok Wendy got some words for y'all goofy asses. Or wait till y'all hear this.
Is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media. How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world.
Okay.
Ooh, boy, she was cooking with hot soy sauce on that ass. Kamala. Oh, you done pissed off the Asian community. And listen, let me tell you why that's significant. I know y'all laughing. You about to laugh even harder in a minute. But see, let me tell you something. In case you wondering why that's significant, you got to understand the elders in Asian community, okay, in their culture, their word actually carry weight in the entire community, even over here in America, not just in their former countries. Their word carries weight. Let me tell you something. The elders of the Asian community, that's who controlling all the purse strings with their businesses. That's why you don't hardly see Asian people working at Mickey D's or Walmart. They working for their people. So, hey, if Woke Wok Wendy go over there and tell the grandkids, hey, listen, fuck that bitch Kamala, and that's what it is, okay? Y'all heard it. She was cooking, boy. She had that soy sauce turned up on 10, and I love it. Boy, I wish you would have flung some spring rolls at that ass. Y'all deserve that shit, Democrats. Fuck y'all. Because you sat there and put them jokers ahead of us of that Asian hate crime bill. Oh, boy, look, that's not the only group of them that's going to turn on. Because, see, here's the thing, and I'm going to prove it with this clip right here. They forget that most of these Asians and East Indians, Hispanics, Arabs, all that, they aspire to be white. Now, why am I saying that? They look at the two political parties. Okay, if you're going to be in line with one that really defines your whiteness or gets you closer to your ideal of white, they vote Republican and practice anti-black racism. That's what they do, okay? Now, about what I said there, the former part, about them identifying as white, I want you to listen to this clip real quick.
I'm bringing my mom and my stepdad to the polls with me, and we are all voting for Donald Trump. You're voting for Donald Trump, right, Martin?
Of course. Of course.
Would you disown me if I was voting for Kamala Harris?
No, but I would think you're stupid.
Thank you.
Now, you heard what stepdad said. He said, he said he wouldn't disown her, but he would think that she's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And you see how they look and everything. Listen, I guarantee you, look at their paperwork. It says, hey, identify as white. Oh, Democrats, you earned this. But see, family, you know me. The video that I played you of Woke Wok Wendy, cooking Kamala with that hot soy sauce. Well, this is the part of the show where I told you that there would be a sponsor and I would give a disclaimer before playing it. let me warn you now, because, you know, I want all of my audience to stay in good health. Put down your food and drink, okay? Get yourself in a comfortable position. You had laughed all day. This is going to cheer you up. I put this together myself. You ain't going to see this nowhere else but on this channel. Those of you that's on my Patreon, you already saw this. Listen, now you're going to see the level of petty that I can sink to when I'm uninhibited. Because, see, you know, from time to time, there'll be a few good sisters that, you know, I run some ideas about that. I'm like, what you think about this? Like, oh, don't do that. Come on now. But see, when they leave me unattended, okay? They leave me unattended, man, and they don't interrupt my creative juices, well, that's when the ultimate levels of petty or pettiosity comes out, okay? Whichever word you want to use. And I think I've outdone myself, but you shall be the judge, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you is already on Patreon. Y'all know where this is going. The rest of you, boy, you in for a hell of a treat. So I'm going to give you a hint. By thumbs up or black fist, how many people in here are old enough to remember the movie Big Trouble in Your Little China? Y'all remember that movie? Anybody? Anybody in the chat room? Y'all remember the movie Big Trouble in Little China? Give me a thumbs up or black fist if you remember. You know what I'm saying? The movie Big Trouble in Little China, huh? Anybody remember that? I'm looking at the chat room. I want to see, because I know you were like, well, what the hell did that have to do with what you about to show us? Well, it's got a lot to do with what I'm about to show you. Oh, yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I see a few thumbs up. I'm glad y'all remember that. So, if you remember the movie, well, I ain't going to spoil it for you. I'm just going to show it to you. Check this out.
Is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid, IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. So stupid. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
So stupid. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
You need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from any question from any question from
any question from any question from
any question from so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. Any question from is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media. How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world. Let Trump to save America, to save the world. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
You don't know anything. You cannot let Trump to save America, to save the world.
Oh, I had to do it. Listen, man. Listen. Let me tell you something, man. Now, I know you wondering, GPS, how did you come up with this ignorance? I was watching the movie Big Trouble in Little China. You know, this is a classic. I like that movie. And damn it, while I was editing, you know, woke walk Wendy over here, I like, you know what? Damn it. This needs a remix, okay? Yeah, hey, listen, I told y'all it was gonna be ignorant, man. I told you it was gonna be ignorant. Listen, those of y'all on my Patreon, you saw it first. I had to go ahead and play it one time for y'all, man. But listen, man, what Wendy, she's right, man. You know what I'm saying? And see, Democrats is what you get. You sit up here and you did all this for them people. And they elders in the community that have most of the political sway and economic sway about what their group tends to do, even though it's smaller in number here. Hey, when they come out and they start talking about you like that, it's a wrap for you, okay? So yeah, listen, I'm gonna clown them over here, boy. Oh, they gonna be mad. And listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Look, if y'all like that, I'll actually premiere it and put it up here where you can access it on the main channel. Because my patrons, y'all already seen it, but just let me know if y'all want to see it again, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it up here on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, dog, I'm gonna tell you, I started to add more to it, but that would have been going a bridge too far. Now, I do have my limitations. Let me tell y'all, man, I started to have some little animated walks dancing around up here and stuff. I mean, it was so much more I started to put in there. I said, I ain't. Because I mean, the places that I was going to go with that, if I started adding extra animation to it and stuff, man, dude. Hey, boy, hey, look, when they come after me then, you know what I'm saying? You know, they hit me with anti-Asian hate and all of that. You know, they got their little hate crime bills. Cover for you, boy. But anyway, family, I digress. I just wanted to share that with y'all because, you know what I'm saying? Look, they deserve to be clowned and command me. I got to agree with her. What, Wendy, you're right. She's sure stupid. She has no qualifications, not qualifications, qualifications, okay? She won't answer any questions, not questions, questions, okay? No questions, all right? And none at all. And so I'm saying, I mean, look, we agree. You know, all that broken English or Chinglish that she was speaking, whatever you want to call it. I actually understood everything she was saying. I got my jokes, but hey, when you're right, you're right. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna send Woke Wendy a free bottle of soy sauce so she can keep cooking that ass. Okay, that's exactly what they deserve for taking us for granted. So, family, I'm gonna run something back though because see, I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna actually break something down about some of the things that she was saying.
Is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are
now. Okay, we had our little jokey joke there, but in all seriousness, analyzing what Wendy is saying here, okay, she got that little fro tucked up on her hat, you know what I'm saying? Analyzing what she's saying, though, on a serious level, what qualifications does Kamala have to be the president? Because think about it, this woman dropped out the race prior, you know what I'm saying, before 2020, she dropped out. She dropped out. When she was running against Hillary and all the rest of them, man, she had to fold it up. Wasn't nobody feeling her like that. So see, you Democrat shillbillies, when you look at prior history, if they really thought that this woman was the one, why didn't they support her back when she was running before 2020, huh? They didn't even support Hillary like that. You really think that y'all can put all that fluff in the mainstream media and whatever finesse you got up your sleeve, you really think that people are going to buy that? See, I keep telling y'all, whether you like it or not, there's a 4-letter word for you. It's called math. And we talking about math in the economy with these kitchen table issues, and we're going to be talking about math when these turnout and these exit polls are tallied up. That's what's going to work against her besides her stupidity, because what Wendy is right. The woman is an idiot, and there's no nice way to say the shit. She's dumb. She's sure stupid. Yes, she is. I agree wholeheartedly. She definitely is, okay? So, I mean, look, even if you don't like what Wendy, she could give a damn. She'll fling some soy sauce in your damn eyes. She's letting you know that she recognizes that this woman is a fool, okay? Asian hate crime bill or not. Let's let it continue.
so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media. How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to
And she's right. She can't answer any questions without that damn teleprompter or her little train poodle tampon Tim holding her hand. She can't do it. So now You think about her on the world stage and handling geopolitical affairs with these gangsters, okay? Gangsters like Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un. Come on, man. Nah, brother, you can't put her in no room with them OGs like that. Boy, they'll be in there like, oh, boy, this is about to be epic. It'll be Birdman hand rub. I can definitely see Kim Jong-un, little fat ass, rubbing his little grubby bear claw hands and get it like, oh, I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine her actually talking to one of them, man? I mean, that would be that. You know what? Wait a minute. Let me take that back. She might be effective in that position because she'll probably make them laugh themselves to death, and that'll knock all three of them off. So you know, maybe that's her strategy. Maybe she's like, okay, now you see, a friend in need is a friend indeed. And then they'll fall out, they'll laughing, you know what I'm saying, until they go into a coma. Maybe that's the strategy. I don't know, you know. I'm just saying, you know, maybe I'm missing some things here. Let's let Walt Wendy continue to cook.
Protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world.
Okay, I'm bringing my mom and my stepdad to the polls with me, and we are all voting for Donald Trump. You're voting for Donald Trump, right, Martin?
Of course. Of course.
Would you disown me if I was voting for Kamala Harris?
No, but I would think you're stupid.
Thank
And there you have it. The Asian delegation has spoken, okay? Now, Walt Wendy, she's an elder in the community, and I would dare wager that the young lady there, the young Asian lady's stepfather, I would wager he's an elder as well. You heard it, man. Hey, they're rolling with Trump, all right? Because that's really, look, let me tell y'all something. Let me spit it out for the shield business, because you know the shield business is kind of slow. Most of these white adjacent immigrants over here, that is their dream. Now, will they finesse and vote Democrat or support Democrat policies to get over here? Yes, they will. But as soon as they get the bag, hey, it's Republican time, baby. So, you know, you couldn't tell these idiots that because, see, they were so gung-ho on trying to hurt black people that they didn't realize what I got on my screen right here, okay? Because now we finna get to the part about, you know, the little goofy comedian, so-called comedian that Trump had out there. See, so this is where the Republicans can stand to learn and listen at. They got to stop trying to snatch defeat out the jaws of victory, okay? Sometimes you can do that. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes you can snatch defeat out the jaws of victory. You can. The orange man is good for that, okay? He might be funny, but he's not the sharpest tool in the drawer. I got to admit that, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something here. According to the 2010 census, 75.8% of Puerto Ricans identified as white alone. Key points about 2010 census in Puerto Rico. Majority white, the majority of Puerto Ricans self-identified as white in the 2010 census. It's been a significant drop in 2020, however. 2020 census showed a significant decrease in the percentage of Puerto Ricans identifying as white alone to 17.1%. Now, 2010 census, that's exactly the way it was. They claiming that in 2020, it dropped to 17.1%. Let me tell you why, okay? Have they had a come to Jesus moment and stop idolizing white folks? No, they haven't. They haven't. What they realized is, being that Puerto Rico is a part of U.S. territory, they can get benefits by playing the people of color 3-part Monty game. That's what that is. You understand? See, look, let me tell you something, man. What a lot of these goofy Democrat liberals don't realize about these people that are white adjacent, that they classify as white when they come over here, they come from countries where that's all they do is dream about getting to America and getting up on the conservative white ass, okay? I promise you that. Yeah, when they get over here, if they was in predominantly conservative countries that were restrictive, yeah, they'd get over here and run with the liberals and practice, laying up with you with gutter sex and all of that. But after they get that out of their system, hey, it's time to blend on into the great dream of being white, okay? White adjacent, as close as they can get to it, and practice anti-black racism. Okay, so that's what a lot of liberal shillbillies don't realize. But we're gonna get to analyzing this goofball here. I don't even know his fucking name. It's not important to me. But we're going to analyze, what really got, the garbage comments stirred up from Jim Crow Joe's mouth. And by the way, I didn't hear no stutter when he said that. We're going to play some, and I'm going to be critiquing this. And hopefully some of you dumbass conservatives will learn this is one of the reasons why intelligent black people with some type of dignity aren't trying to join the Republican Party like them Sambozos and tellers that you have over there. We actually got sense enough to say, hey, yeah, we might be socially conservative, even though a lot of us don't vote that way. But see, this what's coming up here is going to be a reason why. And I'm going to deal mostly with my community. Puerto Ricans got their own advocates. I'm going to be focusing on what he said about our community. And the only way I'm going to address the other communities is just to show that what's over there in the conservative party, they still trying to hang on to that old school, good old boy wing of the party. Now, you know what? I'm going to make that point in a second here. We're going to go ahead and play it. And I'm going to save the point I was just about to make until after you hear some of this jackass.
Now in the final week, not just of World Series baseball, but of campaigning in the race for president. And the focus right now on the battleground states.
Indeed. Vice President Harris is spending the day in Michigan, while former President Obama stumps for her in Philadelphia. Mr. Trump, meantime, will hold a rally in Atlanta, while his running mate, J.D. Vance, will be in Wisconsin.
And while the candidates will be in the battleground states, the talk on the campaign trail continues to surround yesterday's Trump rally in Madison Square Garden, and particularly a so-called comedian who spoke before Mr. Trump and made a number of racist comments, including one about Puerto Rico. Today, the Trump campaign and Ms. Harris responded.
It was a comedian who made a joke in poor taste. Obviously, that joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or our campaign.
I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader. He abandoned the island, tried to block aid after back-to-back devastating hurricanes, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults. And now Donald Trump promises to be even more extreme.
Boy, her little phony ass couldn't wait to get that alley-oop. Trump, you big damn dummy. You big dummy. I got to hit him with the Sanford voice. You big dummy. You big damn dummy. Look, Trump... And most white men suffer from this because, to be honest with you, it's one of white supremacists' Achilles' heels, especially amongst their males. Now, I will give the white supremacist female credit on this. They're a bit more astute about, you know what I'm saying, not making certain types of faux pas because they sneaky as hell. It's not like they're more intelligent. They're just more sneaky. But the white supremacist male is so arrogant to the point that they don't think that, they think when they're up, they can never be down. Okay? See, you give Kamami a bona fide idiot, which should be a clean sweep if you're dealing with somebody with that low of intelligence. But see, you give her that alley-oop because, let's be clear, let's quote Sun Tzu on this. If the orders are unclear, it's the fault of the general, not the troops. So if you the head of that campaign, man, you're supposed to know who they having to perform. You're supposed to like, hey, man, let me holler at you. Whoever went and booked you, come here, man. So what's the routine you planning on going out there on stage with? You supposed to heard some of that before that time came? Oh, no, you're not saying that, bro. In fact, the business, if the little goofy tried it, if you put him out there, you supposed to be like, hey, cut his mic, man. I'm about to win the presidential office, man. You're not finna fuck me up like this. I might believe everything you saying. Hell, we could probably laugh about it behind closed doors if you're a white man, okay? You know what I'm saying? If you white and you Trump, you would probably tell him, hey, man, we can laugh about this behind closed doors, but you're not finna fuck me up in public. Oh, no. You see what I'm saying? So see, Republicans, that's your problem, man. Y'all really think that shit is cute. But this is the point that I was going to make earlier. If you were smart, instead of just relying on that solid anti-black voter base that you got, you would be trying to shore up new voters and attract new voters to the party by reining some of that bullshit in. Go behind closed doors in your little clan shit and be like, hey, listen, I know we don't like the niggers and everybody else, but we kind of got to dial some of this back to get some new supporters in here so that we can make sure that we win elections. Don't just win by an inch here or there. You need to make sure that you win, and the only way that you do that is getting new voters. Let it continue.
Eyewitness News reporter Joe Torres spoke with Puerto Rican lawmakers and voters. And Joe, is this the kind of comment that could actually cost Mr. Trump some votes?
You know, Sade, it makes you wonder what's the political strategy here, right? It's tough to figure it out. Here we are in the Bronx, home to many.
time out, y'all. Yeah, I look. I know we got serious business to handle, but do y'all see this little dude over his shoulder? What's up with this brother here with these wide ass hips, man? Hey, what the hell is going on, bro? Hey, man, listen, man. Look, you should never get to the point where your hips that wide when you walking down the street that it's noticeable like that, man. This is ridiculous. I know I can't be the only one that saw that over that brother's shoulder, over the dude's shoulder, huh? Did y'all see that bullshit? Come on, man. Y'all tighten up, man. Just let it continue.
Of the roughly 1 million Puerto Ricans who live in the 5 boroughs, who live here and vote here as well. Many of them we talked to today, they knew about the comments that were uttered at the rally last night. They also knew that it wasn't the former president who uttered those words, but at the same time they said it'll be the former president who pays the price on Election Day.
Approach a Puerto Rican in New York and play the video of last night's incendiary comments about their homeland, and then watch the fire ignite.
What kind of people say that?
Yeah.
They don't know us.
Yeah.
Why they judge like that?
It's really hard to accept that came out of his mouth.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
That was comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, who tried to fire up a jam-packed Madison Square Garden crowd of Trump supporters ahead of the former president's speech. The joke bombed, but the explosive fallout reverberated across the country to the 5 million plus stateside Puerto Ricans, many of them registered voters, and more than 3 million American citizens on the island.
Convicted Trump didn't say the words that were said at his rally, but it doesn't matter because it was his rally.
Now, I'm gonna make a point about the so-called joke there because we're gonna play what the so-called comedian said at that rally. But see, let me tell you why I get on the Puerto Ricans at. The little dude that was criticizing them, all of them out there sitting with the little Puerto Rican flags. I guarantee you, most of them, except for the little dude over there with the the city worker vest on, I guarantee you, most of them identify as white on their paperwork. See, let me tell you why it hurt them so bad, because they want so bad to be allowed to cosplay as being white. Most of them ain't never going back home to Puerto Rico, so they get over here, practice anti-black racism against black folks, and then, you know what I'm saying, when they get that wake-up call, they remember that white folks actually don't see them as white and they never will accept them like that. Oh, it breaks their spirit. Oh, they don't know what to do. My good brother Kid grabbed Beyonce, the Bronx always been wild. Yeah, brother, yeah. Hey, listen, man. Hey, he said it. He's a New Yorker, so he can talk about his folks like that. Shout out to New York, the brothers and sisters up there. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's funny as hell, boy. Kid grabbing you hilarious, man. But see, that's the reason why I can't really show any sympathy to them Puerto Ricans, man, because most of them, hey, we see what it is with them. Not are all of them like that? You got individuals here or there that are cool, but by and large, if they're around them folks, oh, they get to showing their ass towards black folks, okay? Yeah, they get to talking just like white supremacists to us. So, you know, hey, their community gonna have to deal with that. Let's let it continue.
This afternoon in East Harlem, a who's who of Puerto Rican federal, state, and city leaders held a news conference to condemn the comments uttered Sunday night, comments made at a rally designed to gain supporters in a tight presidential election, comments that could backfire in a key battleground state.
So, you know, he made a calculated error yesterday. Basically, he said goodbye to PA, to Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, we have 450,000 Puerto Ricans.
This is about human rights, civil rights.
And here's the thing. This is the part right here that was kind of comical. And I'm not saying, you know, the racist comments were comical. I have better taste than that. But she come out talking about it's 450,000 Puerto Ricans there. Well, ma'am, you got two things working against you with that. If your numbers are accurate, okay, because there are some Puerto Ricans up there, there's a lot of them. You got to look at how many of your people really want to be white doing that. They'll be like, I don't give a damn what he said, because I don't really see myself as Puerto Rican in my head. I see myself as white. So, hey, we'll let it slide. That's your first problem. The second problem is, ma'am, even if all 450,000 you was on code enough to vote against him, more white people up there in that state than you. So you know, and look, they gonna vote Trump, okay? They don't give a fuck about them comments, all right? So that's the two things that she got working against. I told you I'm a realist. I don't play them kinds of games. Let it continue.
And this is about my people, my mother, my grandmother who died after Maria. This is about our people who have suffered for way too long.
He has shown us time and time again that he doesn't value us, that he doesn't value our vote, that he doesn't respect us as people.
Now, you had it at the top of the broadcast there, but it's worth repeating that a spokesperson from the Trump campaign today acknowledged those comments uttered at the rally yesterday were in poor taste and do not reflect the campaign or the feelings of the former president. Coming up in our next report at 6 o'clock, you'll hear from more Puerto Ricans who will explain to you why they don't believe that. We're live in the Bronx. I'm Joe Torres, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, okay, we putting these facts back up here on the screen because I'm telling you, man, the greater majority of Hispanic folks from all over the Hispanic diaspora, they want to lean in with whiteness no matter what. They'll even sit there and be insulted like that if they think it means that it's going to gain them some acceptance down the line, because in their head, at least they're not niggers, okay? That's how they look at it, all right? So we're going to get to playing the entirety of that little segment here that the so-called comedian, I still can't even remember his name as they call it. I don't really care to remember it. But we're going to play this, and like I said, we're going to focus on the part where he's talking about us, because there's a very important point that I need to make about this type of humor, because before I go there, you remember on this very channel here, I covered a broadcast where I was critical of that punk son of a bitch named David Lucas, who, by the way, didn't come back through making Georgia like that no more. He don't be roaming around down there like that. Hey, boy, I told him, I like, bro, you don't understand Macon, boy. It's on site. You better stay gone, too, if you know it's good for him, because I know the city of Macon, Georgia. Look, let me tell y'all something, man. One thing about down here in South, in Georgia, all right, if you a buck dancing sambo, you kind of better keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because, look, if you get to talking, look, I'm going to tell you, it's certain folks that you hear these little podcasts online, boy, they say they bold online, but, boy, you better not come to a place like this and try to get that off. You get yourself hurt real bad, okay? People will not think twice about regulating on you. Now, we got some coons and sambos down here, but they low-key with it. They ain't running around loud and proud with it. Let me tell you something. You'll be quicker to see people in the LGBTQ community run around down here, you know what I'm saying, loud and proud, than you will these coons and sambos that just talking all that vitriolic hate towards black folks down here. The white folks don't even pull that with us down here like that. They know what time it is, okay? I'm telling you that right now. That's something I know for a fact. But we're going to get into playing this little clip. And like I said, I'm going to stop it and I'm going to point out some things about this, because see, there's a very important lesson in this for those of you that will be watching this with me.
Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible. Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this.
Now, see this right here? I want you in the white adjacent community, no matter which demographic it is classified as white here in America, I want you to take a good listen to this, because see, this is something they don't really want to hear, because it ruins that fantasy they have in their head about white folks loving them and white people want them over here. And continental Africans, you better pay attention to you. The tether class of y'all, continental Africans and Caribbean that's in the tether class, keyword class, not all. You better pay attention to this, because see, when you putting the white folks around their people and they're comfortable saying what's really on their mind, this comedian, even though he's supposed to be a comedian talking about jokes, he's speaking the truth. He's speaking, look, the reason why you see so many of them, look in the background, all of them, they're grinning and giggling. They weren't like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that, get this guy off the stage, boo. No, they wasn't doing that. He grinning, but they grinning because they agree with that shit. See, that's what you goofy ass white adjacents don't understand. A guy talking like this, all them white people in that crowd, they're not finna stand up and be like, get this guy out of here. They're like, yeah, tell some more of them so-called jokes. Because see, for me, I'm going to make a statement about something, but I'm going to wait till he get to mentioning our people before I do.
My mom's a boomer in the state of Ohio, and there's no convincing her of anything. She's eating the cats. She's eating the dogs. They're eating the pets up there. You know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow.
By the way, I would love to have seen the camera pan around so we could see the black guy that he was talking about. Because I guarantee you it was a damn tether. Most foundational black Americans got sense enough not to go to these folks' rallies because even if you got your Trump hat on, your MAGA gear, whatever, hey man, if it go down, you don't have no backup. Let me tell you something, man. One thing I will say about that MAGA crowd, they are hardcore. They fried, redneck, dyed in the wool anti-black racists. We don't let you know how we feel around here, boy. Not just because you got that shirt on and that hat. Don't think that you one of us. We will turn white any minute and get you right. I'm just letting you know. So I mean, you know, see, listen, man. Only tethers are that comfortable being around large crowds of them motherfuckers like that. Okay? So chances are that wasn't us. But I could be wrong, you know, because you got your Anthony Brian Logans out there, okay? And according to him, he claims that the Klan used to give his grandmother toys. Boy, stop. Yeah, they was giving her a toy, all right, goofy motherfucker. If y'all want me to find that clip, I'll play it for you one of these days, man. Need to do a deep dive on him anyway with some stuff because we had a brief little Twitter exchange a couple months back where he was talking about flipping Georgia blue and all. I'm like, have you lost your damn mind? This state ain't never been a blue state. You know, but anyway, we'll get back to that. Let me tell you something. What he's about to say, you better do well to remember that the Ku Klux Klan started off as a joke. See, let me tell you something, man. It's a difference between joking and roasting and somebody actually presenting a threat towards you. This is a threat. This ain't funny right here. This ain't comedy. This ain't roasting. This ain't no shit to take lightly. Hell no. And see, those of us down here in the South that are Georgia natives, we know not to play. Look, they don't even say them words at concerts down here. I done told y'all that. They skip right over that because they know everybody in that motherfucker. If they're black, they gonna turn and look at you like, what the fuck did you just say? Now, you know goddamn well not to violate the unspoken rule down here now. Because once you let them words come out your mouth and get to talking crazy, hey, it's immediate consequences. Ain't gonna be no long drawn out conversations going back and forth. Ain't nobody finna start negotiating with you. Ain't nobody gonna double over crying. You finna get a hardcore foot biblically put up your ass, okay? And the rules are clear down here for black folks and white folks. I mean, you know, look, like this. Let me say something else too for people that haven't been down here to Georgia. And all my Georgia natives, you know the truth of what I'm about to say. When they come down here, people that's never been to Georgia, and they kind of see how like black folks and white folks seem to kind of get along down here, that's because of those rules that I just said. They set in place. Everybody know that. All right, now you cross this line, ain't no going back. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you know, down here, everybody know how to navigate. So, but it throw a lot of people out because they be thinking, oh man, y'all get along down here. No, it's not necessarily that. Everybody just, you know, we operate by don't start none, won't be none. Okay? That's how that is. But see, I just want to make it clear that when you hear something like this, man, this ain't funny, man. No, this is not no fucking joke, man. And whoever that fool that was in that damn audience there when he got to talking like he about to talk about it, man, see, that's the type of idiot that'll go on a hunting trip with one of them out in the woods and his ass won't come back nowhere. Let it continue.
I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome. You guys are, this is a groany little morning crowd.
So now you heard him there making a little watermelon jokes and all of that. Hee hee, ha ha. See, man, boy, they know where to pull that at, okay? They know where to pull that at because, see, I'm going to tell you right now, you take that same scenario and bring him down here where some folks at, and he ain't got no type of security to escort him from somewhere, oh, it's on, buddy. Oh, it's on. What'd you say down here, boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what'd you say about some watermelon and chicken? Now, I know we got the people that love to pull the Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. Fuck you and everything you stand for. Let me tell you something, man. One of the things that I love about being a brother from the South, a lot of that bullshit that fly in other states where you got these different groups, these white adjacent folks calling you nigga and you're letting it slide and folks bringing folks to the cookout. We don't play that shit down here. We really don't. And when I say it, I'm not just talking about Gen Xers. Hell, the boomers don't play that down here. I give them credit on that. Hell, the LGBTQ black folks down here don't play that bullshit. You say what you want about them shit. Them queens will take them goddamn heels off and get with your ass. You understand? We don't cut them no passes and let them get started because you see what happens in some of these other places when you let them get started like that. You get your Fat Joes, huh? You get your China Max. Nah, we ain't developing them down here. Nope. They'll have to get the fuck on. You ain't gonna never hear none of them come down here and get that bold and disrespect us, and it's not a consequence, okay? I'm just trying to make sure that we're clear on that, okay? Or as this drunk heifer right here, we about to get into a portion of this too. That cup, boy, yeah, look, she said she didn't take a sip of this and what we're about to review the portion of it here. But hey, boy, I believe she was lit when she came there. Boy, you know she like to drink, boy. Y'all know she can't be without that damn mug or that cup or whatever the fuck she got going on. But anyway, family, we finna get into a portion of this Shannon Sharpe, big old overgrown Negro, stay in tight stuff, and then wonder why people make fun of his sexuality. Then you got the nerve to put on some fucking dress shoes with no socks. I do not understand why people do that dumb shit. That looks so goddamn unprofessional, man. Big stupid country bumpkin, man. Yes, this nigga from Georgia, but you know, that this is one of the ones that make us look bad. And see, this is why we have to slap shit out folks from time to time that come here. Because they be thinking most of us are big, overgrown, stupid buffoons like Shannon Sharpe. I'm calling him exactly what he is. But anyway, the buffoon had this jackass, you know, Kamala and her tail Watch Greens, you know, Swagger, on his podcast. And they got to talking about some things. So, family, we're going to review a portion of this. Y'all know I'm going to break certain things down from the A to the zero on this because from what I'm gathering, it's probably going to be one of his most underperforming interviews. You go over there and look at the numbers on it. We ain't going to go through the whole thing. We're just going to play a portion of this, get some things straightened out.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. This episode is brought to you by Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the woman that's stopping by for conversation and a drink today. She's the highest ranking woman in U.S. history. She's made a career of being first. She's the first woman to serve as Attorney General, African-American, Asian-American descent. She's been district attorney of San Francisco. She was the nation's first Indian American senator. She's the first woman, first black Asian American to be elected vice president. She set the record for the most tie-breaking votes cast by a vice president. She's the first black woman, Asian American in U.S. history to win the presidential nomination of a major party.
Not gonna let you get away with that, Shannon. She is not a black woman. There was not a black woman and sitting in that chair across from you. Now, there might have been other black women in the room, but that's one thing I'm vehement about. I'm not going to sit there and let that shit slide. They calling her a black woman. Ain't nothing black about her. She has an East Indian father, an East Indian mother. Fuck all the bullshit, okay? And the sisters ain't going for it neither. Kai's playing as our image, so now he don't get that off. I agree with my Lieutenant Tim Shannon, and they're a grown man calling himself Shay Shay. Boy, that don't make no sense. Look, let me say something. That's a weird Negro, okay? That's a weird Georgia Negro. It's very few of us like that down here. Most of the nicknames for brothers down here ain't gonna be no feminine sounding name. You gonna hear some man, okay? You hear all types of names down here, but just Shay and them little feminine names, nah, bruh. Ain't nobody doing that, man. But anyway, we're gonna let this continue. And I want y'all to listen to this help because see, this right here is what they telling us is qualified to be president.
She's the first HBCU grad, making us proud. She's a Howard University alum. She's a member of the prestigious Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. Here she is in person, Madam VP, Kamala Harris. Madam VP, how you doing?
Thank you very well, Shannon. How you doing?
It is an extreme honor, privilege, and a pleasure to have you on Club Shay Shay. CJ, who's the producer here, when we started this journey, Madam VP, 4 years ago, celebrities, athletes, entertainers, influencers.
Yeah.
VPs and presidential hopefuls were on the bingo card. You're here, so I want to thank you very much.
I thank you.
When we have guests come on, Madam VP, we like to toast. And what I read on this card, you don't deserve this, you earned this. Being the first in so many areas, and you make us proud.
My God, this shit is embarrassing. Shannon, you big Sambo ass Negro, you. When the last time you actually praised a sister from our lineage like that? Boy, you just doubling over, you know what I'm saying, yourself, just slobbering all over this damn East Indian bed wench that sit up here and mass incarcerate our people. But see, it doesn't surprise me because he was one of the buffoons that was sitting up there propping up the great white nope, Caitlin Clark. Okay, yes, that's what I call the great white nope. He was one of the ones propping her up. And by the way, yes, I saw the emails y'all was sending me about the Angel Reed Shaq thing. I'll probably address it on Patreon. I may do it publicly. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to address that because there's a lot that needs to be said about that situation that a lot of people want to pussyfoot around. I'm not going to play with it when I address it, okay? Because somebody got to have the balls to say it. But see, this right here, man, the Democrats, they only go to people like Shannon Sharpe. And see, I'm pointing it out for a reason because it's not even personal about him. I'm talking about his archetype. Big, overgrown, stupid Negro that'll sit up here and idolize anybody except for folks within his own race, okay? Yeah, I got to go there. I got to go there because he's one of them Bucks of Bennington as well. You got to understand something about that mindset. Don't you know that these people, that they study what it was that kept our ancestors in line on them plantations? You go back and think about the movie Life. Don't you know it's some real life hopping bobs out here? For those of you familiar with that movie, remember him? This Negro right here and those like him, these will be the people that if something was going on and another black person needed some type of help and all the folks was against them, oh, they're going to take them folks side. Huh? The Stephen A. Smiths out here, okay? Got all the smoke in the world for black folks, but then when it comes time to critique them people, look the other way on that. He got that in him. And remember what I said at the beginning of the broadcast about them papering up the most stupid amongst us, okay? Yes, they will give the stupid money. They'll let you make all the money you need because they know you don't have sense enough to know what to damn do with it. And I stand on that. Just let it continue.
I just want you to know you make us proud for what you've been able to accomplish. And we're 12 days away, and we hope you have an even greater accomplishment. So here's to continued success.
Who the fuck is we, Shannon?
And everything you've done and everything that you will do.
Oh, bless you. And thank you. And to you, Shannon, to you for all the success and the voice you give to so many issues. Thank you for that.
Thank you very
And
much.
cheers to you.
Cheers.
And I'm not going to actually drink this because I might fall asleep. And I need to do this
I don't want you
with
to fall
Barack
asleep.
Obama this afternoon.
We don't want you to fall asleep.
So here we are. Cheers to everybody.
So before we get into the things that you want to do once you become president of the United States, I want to go back. When you found out when President Biden called you and said that he was no longer going to seek re-election, and you got that call, do you remember where you were and what you thought when you heard him say these words to you?
I do.
Family, do y'all see how this degenerate, dumbass Sambo sit up here and try to rewrite history? They act like Joe Biden just said, well, you know, I'm kind of tired of this president thing. I don't want to do this no more. Now, see, for those of us that actually keep up with history and don't sit here and sugarcoat things, remember when they were hinting that they wanted him to step down and hoping that he would do it of his own accord? Does anybody remember that? Remember what Joe Biden told me? He was like, oh, no, I'm going to finish this race. I'm running. I'm more than qualified to do the job. You remember he was talking all that talk. Or Nancy Pelosi said, oh, yeah? Okay. I got something for that. Nancy made a little phone call to George Clooney and the rest of them Democrat donors. They're like, oh, I bet you will step down from this position and you'll like it too. That's what they told Jim Crow Joe. But see, Shannon sitting up here, he just completely remixed history. When he called her and told her he was stepping down. Nah, he made that phone call under duress. Because make no mistake about it, Big Boss Pelosi over there, she run the Democrat Party with her little wrinkled up ass. She got how old is that bitch? 2,000 years old? Damn, boy, they all live forever, boy, once they get in political offices, man. ancient, evil-looking motherfucker. But anyway, we're going to let this continue, man. Boy, the nerve of these lying-ass Democrats and these damn shillbillies that hold the water for them.
So I was home. It was a Sunday afternoon. And my niece, her husband, and their 2 young daughters were visiting and staying with us. And I promised the kids I'd...
And by the way, before this drunk heifer, because I believe she was hitting that bottle before, you know what I'm saying, the damn started this. By the way, let me ask my audience a question. Please feel free to answer this in the chat room. Is there any one of you in my chat room that gives a damn what this bitch was when she got this supposed phone call? Did anybody wake up today and say, gee, you know what? Boy, never mind this Neiman Marcus experience I'm having in these grocery stores. Oh, never mind, you know what I'm saying? Everything keep going up, insurance, okay, rent if you're renting, and you're looking at everything that's just going up. Did anybody just put all that to the side and say, shit, you know what would make everything better? Where the fuck was Kamami when Jim Crow Joe made the phone call? Is there anybody in here that just woke up and said that? Because I know I did now. You know, feel free to answer the chat if you one of the people that did. Let it continue.
They have pancakes and bacon and everything.
Okay.
And then after that, I had a puzzle for the kids, and we were sitting down to do the puzzle.
Okay.
And the phone rang.
Okay.
And it was President Biden. And so that's when he told me. And it was obviously life-changing in so many ways. But, you know, I have to tell you, Shannon, I at that moment, I knew what it would mean, but not in the detail of it, but I certainly understood the seriousness and the gravity of the moment. Mm-hmm. And actually, one of the first people I called was my pastor.
Wow, okay.
Which one of y'all is buying that load of bullshit? Bitch, you called your pastor. Man, boy, yeah. I would love for them to piss that so-called pastor off and he come out and just expose that bitch like, that bitch didn't give me no call. She ain't been in my church in years. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Family, see, this is what they do. And she's desperate now because she know that campaign, it's all over, man. I mean, all the stupidity has caught up with her. You know what I'm saying? Most of it has been her own fault. Because I already told you my theory. I believe they put this ignorant bitch out here to go ahead and get her out the way politically, to cut their losses because they didn't want her to be vice president. That's something really that Pelosi and the rest of them that actually run the Democrat Party, they actually held a grudge against Joe for that, because you got to understand something, whether it's Republican or Democrat, they want that presidential seat to be lily white, as white as they can get it. You better believe it. Black ass ain't got no business over there. You're black enough. You're not really black, but hey, you're too tan. We got rid of Obama's ass, didn't want him in there. But hell, he was so good at finessing you niggers. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even have that skill, Kamami. So you got to go. We're going to put you out here and let you crash and burn. We'll just cut our losses and try to regroup. That's what I believe they got going on, okay? That's what I believe. And we'll see. We'll see. Because, see, the reason I say that is after she loses this election, where the fuck she going to go? You're not going to go back to being vice president. You're not going to go back to the Senate. Nobody's going to be stupid enough to let you governor of a state. You're not going to be nobody's mayor, okay? It's a wrap. So, you know, you may as well go back to wherever you and Doug hang out at and get your tail wash greens ready, because you're going to be done in the world of politics. Your political career is over. And see, let me say something to white America before we let this continue. All of us should do this, but white America, you got some soul searching to do, because it's more of you here, okay, at least for now anyway. You better ask yourself, how did an idiot like this get this damn close to the damn most powerful office in the land? Now, to be fair, she's not the only idiot that has been in that seat. You can argue that there's been many idiots in that seat, okay? Most of them have been idiots, okay? No matter which party they're from. But this is a brand new level of stupidity when you can stand George W. next to somebody and he actually looks brilliant. That's just how dumb this bitch is, okay? Y'all better really do some soul searching about how you let this happen, okay? Because this should never happen again. Let's let it continue.
I knew I needed a moment to just be still, and for my spirit and my mind to have clarity about the seriousness of the moment and my role. And I'll never forget that call or that moment or that day.
Your life instantaneously changed in that moment.
Yes, it did.
Because now all of a sudden you weren't going to be running, you weren't going to be the VP anymore. You were going to be front and center. And
Right.
you knew what the undertaking, having been 4 years as the vice president, what that moment would mean.
I had a sense of it, you know, like so many of us, you know, when you this is your life, right? So there are those moments where your instinct kicks in, sometimes before your conscious mind and thoughts do.
Right.
And my instinct kicked in immediately that I need to focus. And
Oh, she said her instinct kicked in. You mean the instinct actually flat back? I mean, because, you know, that's probably the only instinct that you got you actually good at. We know you're definitely not good at motherhood because you always run around pushing people to delete their kids when you don't actually have any of your own, okay? So, I mean, I wonder what kind of instinct she was talking about here. And she's about to enunciate this and elaborate on it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to it.
I need to do certain things immediately, which included making, I think we estimated I made over 100 calls that day. My team, and I have an incredible team, all came in, and nobody expected, right? It was a Sunday afternoon.
Correct.
In fact, we actually joked who had taken a shower that day. Because, people came in their workout clothes.
Right.
Oh boy, she couldn't resist getting the cackling. Let me tell you something, man. Talk about jobs from hell. Let me do a quick little tally of hands in this chat room of something real quick. Can you imagine how horrible a job it must have to be on this bitch's staff and they got her handler saying, look, okay, she's dumb as a box of rocks. We're going to need you to be watching her at all times. Do you know how stressful that would have to be? Working with a bona fide idiot like this? How many of you would rather have that job or be flipping burgers at Mickey D's somewhere? I'm dead serious. Which would you choose? To be Kamami's handler with a brain dead ass or flip burgers at Mickey D's? Which one would you find to be less stressful? I want to know, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me in the chat. I need to hear this because, see, I'm going to tell you right now, for me, I'm going to be honest with you, man. That right there, if I woke up for some odd miracle or a curse or torture, and I happen to be on her campaign staff, I would fall to my knees and be like, Lord, why? I know I'm not a saint, but what could I have possibly done for you to inflict this upon me? Oh my God, I would be beside myself. Like, no. You know how the cartoon villains, they hold both of their hands up in the air and they look up in the camera like, no. I'm trying to tell you. That's exactly what I would do, man. God, boy. Bona fide idiot right here, man. See, this is the type of stupidity for me. I couldn't be in a room with like that, in a room with somebody that damn dumb for that long because my head would start hurting. I mean, it would literally give me a screeching migraine. I would not be able to withstand the stupidity for long, okay? I would have to have some earplugs in so that I wouldn't be able to hear, but then again, you got to look at her shriveled up ass. I'm trying to tell you, everything about the bitch is an insult to me, okay? I'm just going to say it. I don't care who get mad at that. Everything about this treasonous asshole is an insult to me. You mass incarcerated my people. You sit here and contributed to these record inflation. Nothing but an ultimate opportunist. Then you got the nerve to be up here running for this office like Wendy Woke said, okay? Sure, stupid. It's true, okay? Yeah, I got a lot of the quibble with about that, okay? I have an axe to grind because her and the Biden-Harris administration, we're going to keep saying it, have committed treason against the people in this country. And you goofy shield billies, especially the ones of you that's not getting any of the record level funds that she raised, you should have sense enough to realize that that's going to affect you too. Let's let it continue.
Different people and, a bandana around their head, just, and came in, and we then, for hours and hours, well into the night.
Did you tell them, did you tell them why you had summoned them to come to your place? Did you give them that news, or were you waiting for them to get there to share that news with them?
Well, so the news started to, as you can imagine, pretty much immediately. And, but, of the many blessings that I have and have had, one of them is an incredible team of people around me. You know what that's like,
yes.
where They're just there.
Handlers, bitch, handlers.
And they will rise to a moment, and no matter how high that moment is, or meaning how serious it is. And what I love, and it's certainly my own work ethic, that there is no job too small or too big.
Oh, I bet you it wasn't no job too small or too big, back in your, Hey, I'm going to leave it alone. I mean, y'all get the point.
If there's something that needs to get done.
So although you have a huge role now, what's a typical day like for you now once you've been thrust into this? What time are you normally getting to bed? What time are you getting up? And what's some of the activities that you do in a given day?
I'd probably estimate 14-hour, 15-hour days.
Okay.
When I wake up, no matter how little sleep or how much sleep I've had, I work out every morning.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
it's like...
How many of y'all are buying that? See, I would like clarify workout because see, I'm gonna tell you what a real schedule is. Get that bullshit. They told her to say that, and she memorized that. This bitch schedule is probably just like any of us that when we were kids, you woke up on a Saturday morning, you got your cereal. Hey, they give you a coloring book. You know what I'm saying? You flip the TV on to your Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, come on now, let's be real. With the way she talks and acts, is it more believable that she has this serious, studious 15-hour schedule and she wakes up and works out, or does it sound more like what I just said? Okay, Kamami, we're gonna get these ABCs and 1, 2, 3s today. All right, today. Come on now. Damn, airhead. Boy, I tell you, boy, you can't make this shit up, man. Let's let it continue.
Mind, body, and spirit, right? And then and that's the only time of my day I really own. And then it is these days it's not unusual for me to be in 3 or even 4 cities in one day. Rallies with thousands of people, 10,000 people showing up. Making calls to folks. Just now I landed in Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta, who greets me every single time.
Bitch, it doesn't matter what the mayor of this city does. The people here don't fuck with you like that. Not black folks that's really on code. Now these goofy tethers and some of these retarded transplants. Yes, I said it. Retarded transplants that come from other places over here bring their goofy ass politics with them to the city of Atlanta. Okay, they rock with you, but natives, nah, we ain't feeling you like that. But that's after you ignored this state in a time of crisis, you can drop 3 miles underhill with gasoline draws on as far as Georgians with sense are concerned. But we ain't feeling you like that, okay? So I just wanted to make sure that we go ahead and thread that needle, because anytime you mention my cedar, man, that's my business. I'm gonna be all over your ass like white on rice. I'm gonna be on your neck like a motherfucking Dracula. Cause see, too many people have the wrong conceptions or misconceptions about this place. You know what I'm saying? People have misconceptions about Atlanta and a great deal as far as our culture and how we operate. Let's be clear. Yes, politics here are mostly Democrat, but that is starting to change. Okay, and what just happened here with Hurricane Helene, that's going to really reshape a lot of the political landscape, and it's going to be even more red state. A lot of these little blue pockets, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not very many. A lot of that's going to dry up, okay? At best, some of them little pockets will be purple, but the greater majority of the state is always going to stay red, okay? And see, Kamami, you really didn't do yourself any favors nationwide with a majority of the states that are in a similar situation where, like, the outskirts or the greater majority of the surrounding states around the state capital, are red, and then that state capital may be a blue state or blue city rather. A lot of that's going to start to change, okay? And we'll have you to thank for it. So you did actually do the Lord's work. You and the Biden-Harris administration, you did do the Lord's work in a way of reaching our people and actually making some things clear, because let's be honest, man. The only way a segment of our people really go ahead and wake up, hey, man, you got to put it right in their face in a way where it hits home, okay? And a lot of what Kamami has going on is hitting home for a lot of people with these kitchen table issues. Let's let it continue.
So I'll talk with elected leaders who are supportive about, so for example, here in Atlanta, what do we need to do to make sure that we're giving folks the resources to knock on doors and remind folks of the power of their voice? Mm-hmm. And 12 days in, it really is a lot about trying to focus on getting folks to know their power, to not let anybody suppress or silence their voice. And
they keep talking about people suppressing voices down. See, I think what it is with that line, when they come down south, they're looking at, they keep trying to act like we still under Jim Crow down here. Black people down here in Georgia can vote just fine. They voted just fine when they came out in previous elections. There's just nobody stopping black folks from voting down here. So when they start going down that narrative right there, I'm like, no, that's not what I see. I live here, okay? We don't have, our voting rights are just fine. But see, you know where I go with this when Democrats start talking like that? Okay. If you think our voting rights are so threatened, why do we don't ever see you raising up the issue of, instead of us having to have a civil rights act and it has to be renewed, having voting rights on at least every 25 years, how about you just go ahead and make it permanent? How about that? Notice you don't ever hear them talking like that, though, since it's so important to them. Let's let it continue.
To vote.
Right. So breakfast, what does Madam VP eat for breakfast, or do you have time to, or is it on the go?
No, I
gotta ask it again because, boy, look, this bastard here is worse than Steve Harvey. Which one of y'all in my chat room just said, you know what? Of all the things I wanted to know in the world, I woke up this morning, I wonder what Vice President Kamala Harris eats for breakfast. If I just knew that, everything would be grand in my life. Is there anybody in my chat room that actually gives half of a rat testicle fuck about what this bitch eats for breakfast in the morning? When you worried about how you gonna put food on your kitchen table to support your family and feed your family. Boy, Shannon, boy. Yeah, buddy, Shannon, this is like it's gonna be one of your worst interviews ever, man, as far as like the numbers on that. Look, I wouldn't be surprised. They get a call later on saying, hey, after she lose, take that down. But it is preserved on the internet in prosperity forever. So even if you take it down, just know, Shannon, we got it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let it be hidden. We're gonna have to bring this back to the forefront. Because family, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've got plans to celebrate when the crash out happens. I'm gonna call it the Great Shillbilly Crash Out of 2024. This bitch lose, I am going to be brutal. It's times like this that I actually wish Boule Martin hadn't blocked me years ago. I really, because I had to roast the hell out of him. You can see that feed is still up on my Twitter if you search my name and his. Had to put him in his place. And I had him, Kevin, I'm gonna block you. I'm like, no, man. Unblock me, Boule. I want to see them tears in real time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I'm going to give they ass the blues. And it ain't going to be the kind that related to that party that they shilling for. Let it continue.
When I was younger, I didn't think I needed breakfast. I wasn't a breakfast eater.
Okay.
Now I have breakfast every morning. It's usually a spinach omelet. It's not very exciting.
Right.
But it's protein with a little vegetable. And, I like chicken, apple sausage, and some toast. And then I'm gone.
Madam VP, you're a couple of years older than myself, so we kind of grew up in the 80s. But I'm only 35.
Come on now, I'm your guest.
No, but you only 30. But we grew up.
But just keep moving, because I'm gonna give you a shovel in a minute.
I see. You won't let it go. Dang. We could have just moved on past that real quick, but you drew attention to it.
You know what? I got to do something here because, boy, this is so awful, man. I got to say something, man. Because it's black folks in Canada, okay? She don't represent all black folks in Canada. And look, I'm going to take it a step further. Because I want my audience to know I really, really do understand when something's misrepresenting you. This bitch do not in any way, shape, form, or fashion represent the sensible people in the light-skinned community. No, she don't. I had to say it. Look, yeah, I feel y'all pain because, look, y'all got to understand something, man. Our light-skinned brothers and sisters, man, they put up with a lot, okay? They put up with a lot. They was in during the time of the 80s, okay? Especially if you was a dude. Man, all you had to do would be light-skinned. You clean it up. But now you know when it flipped, And, you know, the chocolate delegation took over. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they had to go through some hard times. You know, sometimes they still struggle with certain things. So, you know, I got to make sure that I speak up for our light-skinned brethren and sistren, okay? She does not represent them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I just want to let you know that your brother, even though I'm of the pecan tan delegation, I feel your pain, okay? I feel your pain. And I'll be glad when she's out of the spotlight forever, just like you, okay? So just know that if nobody understands, Uncle Shark understands. Let it continue.
But we grew up in the 70s when music went in fire. Ohio players.
Oh, yes. Fire. Come on.
Oh, you were like fire.
Come on.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun.
Yes. What do you listen to now?
Oh, you know, I wish I were listening to more music, to be honest with you, because I love it. Just, but
you don't
when
have downtime, like when you have downtime.
I don't have any downtime really.
And see, I got to get back on Shannon Sharpe, and I know, Brother Kerman, it's awful, but I got to play it for a reason because they tell us this is what we supposed to go and vote for president. But see, I got to get back on Shannon. See, it's one thing if you're going to be a big overgrown shield with these damn dress shoes on and no socks, you big goofy bastard. It's one thing you're going to be a Democrat shield and throw her a couple of questions here or there, at least balance it out. But when you asking her these kinds of questions, you're not helping her. You making this bitch look like a child. That's what this does. See, they be thinking that putting her in front of somebody, I'm gonna throw a lob. They be thinking that that's helping her. No, she wants to be the leader of this country. You're not asking about no policy. You're not talking to her about the things that, you know, she has done that, you know, she could be trying to talk about going into the closing or days of this election here to remind people why they should come on here and vote for her. You're not talking to her about anything serious. Think about it, family. Let me ask the chat room. That's the way it comes off to me. Does this come off as if Shannon Sharpe is talking to a fully grown adult her age, okay? Does it? Is there anybody that would be listening to this interview here, okay? At least what I'm playing for you, and say, "Oh boy, she's the one that we need to put in the office. That's the one right there. I'm going to support, no matter what. Hey, vote blue, no matter who. I mean, look, did she change any of your minds? Okay, because I could have it wrong. You might tell me, like, hey, brother, listen, man, you being hard on her. That woman is a genius, and you know it. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on now." So I'm just saying, man, y'all got to understand, Democrats, you're not doing her any favors like this. She looks absolutely puerile and incompetent. Let it continue.
I know my little violin I'm playing right now with you. I really don't. But when I love jazz. Mm-hmm. You know, if it's from Thelonious Monk to Miles Davis. Mm-hmm. I love Aretha. I was just with Stevie.
Right.
Stevie's, can I tell you?
Yes, you can.
Bucket list. Stevie Wonder on my birthday sang me happy birthday.
Happy
birthday to me.
Oh my.
Can you imagine?
No.
I was literally, it was surreal. Can you, a bucket list moment when Stevie Wonder him.
You know what? Let me tell y'all something, man. After this bitch lose this election, she got some charges she needs to answer for. And one of the charges that I'm advocating that she be put up on trial for, she needs to face charges for butchering foundational Black American classic songs. You sit up here, you dare touch the legendary Stevie Wonder's lyrics. You're messing up songs by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh no, you got to pay for that. Nah, we need some crime. Along with letting all these legal agents in here, okay? Mismanaging the funds of American taxpayers by sending everything over to Ukraine and all these other different places. We got to throw that in there. You got to pay for that. Let it continue.
Self sings you happy birthday.
As an 18-year-old,
yeah,
could you imagine
Never.
Your life would have been like this?
Never.
This many years
Never.
later?
And let me tell you, my mother she had every Stevie and every Aretha Franklin record, every album, like literally every one of them. So Songs in the Key of Life, like all those Stevie songs that were about everything from the movement to optimism. I would have never, at 18, thought that he'd be singing me happy birthday. Ever. Never.
I'm going to tell you why I call cap on everything that she's saying. Because see, for those of us that are foundational Black American freemen and our non-FBA brothers and sisters, okay, no matter whether you're a continental African or Caribbean person, this is one thing all of us have in common, okay? Your music is the soundtrack to your life, and it's a big part of how we move about and socialize with one another. In fact, we have a certain spirit to us that's attached to our music. Now, does anybody in my chat room that's ever seen Kamala speak or engage people in a crowd, does she seem to have that spirit that comes from somebody that grew up listening to our music? Come on now. If you grew up listening to Stevie, man, you got a certain soul about yourself, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about? With our offbeat, awkward ass, man, and you gonna try to present this shoe-faced bastard off as cosplaying as my lineage? Oh no, we're gonna shut that down right along with that non-existent Black and Brown coalition. I'm telling you, we gonna change a great deal. See, boy, they think they're crying about delineation now. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Once this trash gets taken out, and I'm calling it garbage, we gonna set a brand new set of rules that a lot of them ain't gonna be able to deal with. So Democrats, in a way, we do owe you a thank you for this. Your constant malevolent neglect of my people has forced us to become focused, and that's a good thing. It's been long overdue, and when we're focused, all you have to do is look at my lineage's historical record about what we get done when we got our mind together and everybody's on code, focused on one goal, one agenda. Let it continue.
That's the least. I mean, but obviously everybody knows who Stevie is. He was a child prodigy, 13 years old, and he was doing great things. But to see, Madam VP, what you've been able to do, you've had so many firsts. The first woman attorney general, African American, Asian American descent. You mass incarcerated Black folks, actual Black people, because you're not one of them. And Shannon, you buck dancing bastard, you and the rest of these damn shillbillies. What the fuck difference does it make if we have our first anything and the motherfucker don't operate in the best interest of the community? Huh? What difference does it make if you are first anything and it doesn't benefit the community in any way in a political position? Living vicariously through somebody doesn't help us. Living vicariously through any of these people up here, whether they're Republican or Democrat, doesn't pay anybody's bill, put no food on the table, okay? It doesn't cover any of your day-to-day necessities or secure your communities when they flood them with illegal aliens. None of that does that. So don't nobody give a damn about our first. Let it continue. The DA of San Francisco, you're the first Indian American U.S. Senator.
And second Black woman ever in the history of the United States.
Now she want to call herself a Black woman. Remember, you couldn't pay her to do that during the beginning of her campaign because she was like, they told her, whatever you do, don't say Black, don't say Black. Now when you see these numbers with your goofy ass sitting up here, and I want you to take a good look at the right-hand side of the screen where she sitting right there with that damn glass. Because this right here, she too comfortable holding that glass. That's how I know this bitch is probably a raging alcoholic. That's why she's so goddamn loopy in the head. But see, now that you actually having to look at some real math and your little staff is pulling you to the side away from the public cameras and microphone, they're like, look, bitch, you in trouble. Okay? It's all over self for the crime. And see, everybody is telling her that except for Nancy Pelosi. Nancy is laughing because she already know this was orchestrated. I honestly do believe that. Nancy is sitting back somewhere like, yeah, buddy. And see, let me go in and say the quiet part out loud yet again. If you think that white women in majority numbers, I'm not talking about the lunatic liberals, okay, that fringe deranged group over there, but white women in large majority numbers are going to go and vote for her to receive the office of president before any one of them, the mothers of white supremacy in America. Now, you really think, just stop and think about this. If they didn't support one of their own, Hillary Rodham Clinton with her little wrinkled leather face ass, you really think they're going to support this goofy cackling tether over them? They are pissed off that she's the vice president and that not one of them has achieved that yet. You really think they're going to let that go? We talking about the American alabaster's woman now. The most vindictive, destructive creature on God's green earth, if you ask me. You think they're going to let that slide? I'm going to say it again. I've said it before. If you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn and one in San Francisco. I'll see it at a discount rate. Let it continue.
Senate elected. Second in the history of the United States Senate.
Have you had an opportunity to sit back and reflect and it's like, wow, but work is not yet done?
That's more where I am. The work is not done. The work is not yet done. There's so much to do. I mean, to your point, being in the Senate, there is a weight of responsibility that I know we all feel, right? When we have been blessed with an experience that allows us to be a role model.
Great.
And to hopefully inspire people and to remind them of what's important or point out the things that need to be addressed. So, for example, as only the second Black woman elected to the United States Senate, I took on a real role of leadership around Black maternal mortality, which affects...
Do you hear this lying fork-tongued demon? All your campaign has been talking about is erasing children in the womb. And now you're going to remix history like you've been some champion for Black women regarding infant mortality? Do you hear this? It's like the bullshit coming out your mouth. Commandment. It's like, well, first of all, a true pathological liar believes the lies that they tell. So it's clear that she's that. But to get up here and say this before people as if we don't live in the real world and we can see that you've never... Let me ask my chat room. Has anybody ever known this woman to be a champion for Black women's actual reproductive rights when they're trying to actually give birth to babies instead of abort them? Who in my chat room? Let me talk to my sisters. Do I have it wrong? Is there any sister that, and I'm not being facetious, I am dead serious. Is there any Black woman in my chat room from any lineage that can correct me on that and say, hey, brother, you wrong? Nope, I can prove it. She has been the biggest advocate for infant mortality amongst Black women. Somebody talk to me. Am I missing something? Let me know, because I have not seen that. But yet she's sitting up here with this big overgrown Sambo talking about as if she's some champion for seeing more Black babies in America. Really? You can't have it both ways, bitch. Either you for more Black life or you not. See, let me tell you what you're looking at here. Let me go in and get really nasty with it. Yeah, let me get really nasty with it. I want you to understand what I see when I look at this bitch and anybody like her. She's channeling the spirit of Margaret Sanger. That's exactly what this is. This is Margaret Sanger come back to life. She's possessed by that demonic, rotten bag of dog shit, Margaret Sanger. That's what you're looking at when you hear Commandment speaking, okay? Have the nerve to sit up here and tell that damn lie. Let's let it continue.
Black women, and it affects their spouses, their husbands, their families, their children. And I feel a sense of responsibility and a very strong duty to make sure that I use my voice and in a way that is about lifting up people who have not always been in the room.
Hello, America. Mr. States and Shape stepped out for some Black Ops 6, but I'm here as his replacer. Let's start with 10.
Her continue to keep your friends. You know, my best friend from kindergarten is still one of my best friends.
What? Oh, do you hear this woman, man? And you know, I thought I cut that part out with that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 commercial. Even though that is a dope-ass game, I'm definitely gonna have to dive into that when I get a chance. Yes, your brother is a gamer. I'm a lifelong gamer. I'm gonna definitely have to check that Black Ops 6 out. But see, I'll tell you what we need a Black Op on, okay? We need a Black Op on this bullshit that's coming out of our mouth. That's what we need one on. Because this helper just sit up here and told this goofy, and he's sitting here like, what? For real? Oh, you will? You did? Goofy bastard. Talking about her best friend since kindergarten. She's still friends with him. Commandment, why the fuck do we care? Why do we care? And I know you're not going to insinuate that makes you some type of loyal, trustworthy person because, we know how you got down with low down Willie Brown. We know all about that. You and your weird ass husband, Doug Funny, okay? Yeah, well, you know, Doug got that strong backhand, boy. You know, this whole get out of line, boy. They might get pimp slapped. Yeah, I know y'all heard about that story, right? Doug say, boy, y'all got me twisted. I might have a Nickelodeon character's name, but I don't play with these hoes. You know what I'm saying? You know, Doug be thugging, man. He gonna knock out the nanny and every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, can you imagine? Just imagine what it's like at home with them two. She know not to step out of line with Doug. You know what I'm saying? Shit, yeah, boy. Y'all better check on him, boy. His reputation is solid. But see, the bullshit that's gonna keep coming out of her mouth, family. I mean, all these goofy ass stories, nothing about policy. You ain't talking about nothing that concerns the American people. I can't wait until Tuesday. Oh, I can't wait. I know many of you can't wait either. A lot of people like, I hope it get over with. No. I'm enjoying these last few days because it's teaching us a great deal, okay? And if you're wondering what this is teaching us here that we listening to, young foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, I want you to soak this in, because if it's infuriating, if it's insulting, good. Because remember, she spoke very disparagingly of your generation. I played that for y'all here on a previous broadcast. Oh, this generation, we know they are stupid. The nerve of a damn moron calling young people that are developing and learning stupid when your old ass is the age that you are now, and if a teleprompter get cut off, you can't even form a coherent thought. 32 days. 32 days. Yeah, 3, 2, 32 days. And you gonna have the nerve to call some of these brilliant Black minds that are our future stupid? Their excuse at best would be naivete from having yet learned, but your old ass should know better. Boy, bitch, talk about the pot calling the kettle or a tub wash green black. Come on, man. Let's let it continue.
Yes.
Y'all made it to the first grade as best friends?
Yes. In fact, she's been out knocking on doors in North Carolina just this last week for me. Wow. I would say, hold on to that, which is your friends are so important. Your family is so important. I would probably encourage myself at 18 to remember that you have a lot of people who are supporting you, even if they don't know you. That's what I mentor a lot of people, Shannon. So This is what I'm really reflecting on, which is what I tell the young people I mentor, including to know that even when you are in that room and you're the only one who looks like you or who has had your life experience, to know you are not alone in that room, and that you must therefore walk in that room, chin up, shoulders back, knowing we're all there applauding you. When I mentor young women and men, I remind them that you are often going to be told, well, it's not your time, not your turn, you're too young, nobody like you has done this before. And I tell them, don't you ever listen to that. I like to say, I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear no. You ask me what I eat for breakfast? I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear it.
Yeah, we know you don't eat. You eat no for breakfast. You eat a lot more for breakfast than that. I guarantee you do, buddy. Boy, if these streets could talk without the Secret Service targeting them right now, can y'all imagine the stories that would come out about this heifer being tossed up in college? Man, look here, bro. The heifer don't fool me, man. She's gonna be forever flatbacking, okay? And that's what her sorority should be. Flat back forever sorority. That's what that should be. FFS. Flat back forever. Okay. Triple is flat back and forever. All right. Trying to tell you, man, it's ridiculous, man. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One of the things that this is gonna show us with this Biden-Harris administration, when this is all said and done, one of the things that everybody in this chat room remembers is you remember the most painful thing that you've ever experienced in your life. Okay. I know you do. All of us do. We all remember the most painful thing we've ever experienced, be it physical or psychological, or we remember something that was close to the most painful thing. And the entirety of this country with sense, especially adults that pay bills, are going to remember the pain that they were under in this economic hardship that we were facing. They're going to remember this. And what happens when you remember pain? It teaches you the valuable life lesson of making sure that you don't ever put yourself in a position have to feel that pain again if it depends upon you. Well, again, in an odd way, we owe this treasonous Biden-Harris administration a thank you. Let it wrap on up here.
Right.
And that's part of what are my life lessons that I try to share with young people to remind them that you cannot ever be burdened by other people's limited ability to understand who you are. Like, don't let their limited ability burden you about your.
There's that burden word, boy. I'm surprised she didn't pull that classic line out her little wrinkled up ass. You can be unburdened by what has been. You know, the fuck does that mean, idiot?
Your own ability, you know?
Madam VP, you were raised by a single mom. What did that experience tell you about your mom, and what did it tell you about you?
Well, it told me that one of the things that is precious is to build community and family. Okay. Like my mother, she understood that there is a community that she wanted her children to be raised in. Mm-hmm. And she was very intentional and purposeful about that.
Yes, we know she was intentional and purposeful because your ass grew up in a white suburb in Canada. So yeah, tell the whole thing, Kamami.
And so I always say to people, even when I took the stage as the nominee for the Democratic nomination, that, you know, there is the family that you have by birth, and there is also the family you have by love. And they're equally family, yes. Right? And I learned that from my mother. So my mother, I had all these aunties and uncles. My Uncle Sherman, who was one of the first black men to graduate from Berkeley School of Law.
Let me tell you how you know she capping about all that bullshit, okay? Because y'all know the Coonstress, Candace Owens, been on that ass, exposing a lot of her lies about her family lineage. But I'm going to tell you how you know she capping about all that. If you really were that close with so-called black family members, whether they related to you by blood or by love, like she say, then why is the only time that we hear you talking about these people during political opportunities that you can gain off of? See, why is it that, you know, when they run across you in the media, don't nobody see you with none of these black family members that you say you got? You don't ever say you came from visiting none of them. They not talking about your Indian auntie, your Indian aunt, your mama's sister. I saw when they was asking her about what she thought about, you know, her niece, about in a position to become the next president of the United States. Hey, she was just like, yeah. I got some biryani chicken over here that I'm trying to whip up. What else is new? She didn't seem enthusiastic about that at all. You know why? Because your mammoth people don't fuck with you. That's why. Let it continue.
Who, when we were young girls, sat us down and taught us how to play chess because Uncle Sherman said, you need.
I call cap on that. I bet you that bitch wouldn't be worth a damn on a chessboard. She must mean checkers. I don't even think she can handle that. But chess, nah, I believe that shit when I see it.
Need to understand how the chessboard works because that's the way the world works. There are going to be different players with different moves, and you need to see the whole board. My mother raised us around, like my Auntie Chris, who went to Howard in the 50s and pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha. And she was one of my incredible role models growing up. And that was one of the big reasons I wanted to go to Howard University and pledge Alpha Kappa Alpha. Those are some of the lessons that I've learned from my mother. And I try to also share with people, right? Which is the beauty of community. And it's the way I am, right? Which is, you know, the children in my life, whether they be my own or, you know, my godchildren or whomever.
Pause. Did this bitch say children of her own? Well, what children you got? You got stepkids. You didn't grow anything in that barren womb of yours. Well, not that we know of, because, you know, hey, according to her college days there, you know, she probably was practicing exactly what she's pushing for. You know what I'm saying? So she probably have, you know, almost, you know, experienced what it would be like to be a mom and got rid of it real quick. So, I mean, because look, you don't support and promote that as much as she does unless that's something you've experienced yourself. I just got to go there with it, okay? Don't give a damn who get mad about it. Children of your own, boy. Fork, tongue, lying bitch. You just let it wrap up.
Right? That it's a collective responsibility that we have.
Did you did you know you were different? I mean, were there a lot of people in the community that looked like you and like your mom, or did your mom tell you were different?
Well, my mother taught us to, and everyone in my...
See, this is the thing that really irks me, because they act like we don't know who this bitch is. She keep talking about how blackity black, her mama raised black women, blackity black. But your mama identified as Caucasian on her birth certificate. You don't identify as Caucasian on your birth certificate. And by the way, her mama wasn't nothing close to no damn Caucasian. If you saw pictures of her mother when she was living. You don't identify as Caucasian on your paperwork if you care so much about blackness. You don't. See, the stuff that they saying, this would work if you didn't know anything about her for real. But unfortunately, you Democrat shillbillies, we do know about her. And her blackness is not contingent on what fucking college she went to, what sorority she pledged to. They ain't got nothing to do with the genetic lineage and the blood that's in your veins. This woman is not a black woman. She's not a foundational black American freedman. I'm going to tell you one more night that you're going to be able to add to it. She is not going to be the next president of the United States.
Growing up, you know, they would tell all of us kids that we were special.
Okay.
I don't think we were particularly special.
Right.
But they told us we were, and we believed them.
Yes.
Oh, no, your little ass was quite special. You were special in the head.
We believed them. I think that's such an important part of what we can all do for the children and the children in our lives. And, you know, but my mother raised 2 black girls to be proud black women. Wanted you back to me.
How the fuck your mama gonna raise 2 black girls when she wasn't a black woman? How do you pull that off? How do you do that? I'm asking a simple civilized question, okay? How does an East Indian woman that identifies as Caucasian raise 2 black girls to be black women when she's not a black woman herself? Her culture isn't black American culture. She ain't been around no black women to learn anything like that. How do you accomplish this? When you're going back and forth between your white suburban Canada and taking trips to India with your folks, your real people. How do we do these things? See, I get it. I know we're in the time period where you can identify as a damn toaster oven and everybody run around and tell you that's what you are today. But unfortunately for you shillbillies, there's reality, okay? What she's saying makes no logical sense.
Music, one of the soundtracks from my childhood was, you know, You Are Young, Gifted, and Black. You know? And that's what it was.
Yeah, family, that's what they're telling y'all we supposed to vote for. They're saying that that's supposed to be the next president of the United States. And they telling you that if you don't vote for her, you ain't black. Oh, boy, they excoriating us left and right. I mean, listen, man. This is what they want in the Oval Office, calling the shots. Never mind that she has wreaked havoc on this country as a part of the Biden-Harris administration. Economically, as far as the nation's security, things that are going to take years to straighten out. It's going to be affecting this country for decades. And they want us to put this back in here. Those of us with sense won't be doing it. Those of us with sense are not going to be disrespected and have people wagging their fingers at us like Michelle and Barack Obama. No, what we are going to do is issue out political punishment. That's what we're going to do. Okay? That's what we're going to issue out. So, family, I got a question for you. We can go ahead and wrap up. Or if you want, I can play, you know, what I think we're all feeling here about this idiot. Command me one more time. How many of y'all want to see Woke Walk Wendy cook one more time before we get out of here? How many? Yeah, look, give me enough show of hands, thumbs up in the chat room. We'll let Woke Walk Wendy rock one more time on the way out here tonight. If y'all want to do that, let me know. Because I look in my chat room, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. I need to see who all wants to see Woke Walk Wendy pull out her soy sauce and get the cooking here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you already know, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't holding nothing back. You know, I'm looking at my chat room. I see a couple of people here. Okay, some thumbs up I'm seeing. Any more? Anybody else? Let me get a couple more here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, because listen, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Woke walk, boy, she was cooking. I mean, that right there was the best description command. So it looked like a couple of y'all want to see this thing on the way out. Listen, man, I'm going to play it. And I think Woke Walk is going to actually be speaking for most Americans with sense here. Because they're like, listen, man, these Democrats, boy, the chickens have come home to roost. They're getting to learn that all these people that you put before Black America, they turn it on you. So Woke Walk, Wendy, take it away, will you?
Is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid, IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. So stupid. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
So stupid. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
You need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from any question from any question from
any question from any question from
any question from so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. Any question from is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything. You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media. How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world. Let Trump to save America, to save the world. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president.
You don't know anything. You cannot let Trump to save America, to save the world.
Yeah, fam. You know I had to run it back one more time, man. Hey, look, we're gonna be playing Woke Walk Wendy on some of our sponsors here from time to time, man. Cause listen, man, I mean, she said it better than any one of us could. And she's actually right, okay? We had to let that soy sauce get to cooking. But fucked around and pissed off Chun-Li grandmama and got her out there, man, you know what I'm saying, going in. You go Woke Walk Wendy, that's what we're talking about. They deserve it, okay? And they sit up there and leapfrogged us and gave y'all a damn hate crime bill. That's what you get. So anyway, family, salute everybody that contributed to the broadcast. Like I said, family, we're in a couple of days now. We'll have this behind us. And we're going to get ready for the crash out videos because when they come rolling in, oh, man, y'all send them to me left and right. I'm going to be collecting them, but y'all send them to me, boy, because, look, we got to make sure that the shield billies, all this crashing out they've been doing, calling us all these names, disrespecting Foundation of Black American Freedmen, men and women, we got to make sure that, boy, they can't show their faces anywhere. I mean, look, they're going to have to get deported out of here with these illegal aliens by the time it's over with. So we going to get our celebration ready. And make sure that they have to get their faces rolled back into how stupid they were by crashing out for a party that don't give a damn about them. That's completely anti-Black, okay? So with that said, family, I want y'all to continue to be smart and intelligent in your decision-making process as far as what's best for you and your community. And with that said, salute to you, Black first, and I will see you all in future content.